Everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron D&D, where platinum-level patrons and I get together to play at Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. These Patron D&D games are not live-streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my YouTube channel, read recaps at roguewatson.com, and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast available wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin McLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Welcome to Chapter 2, Episode 8 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session I am joined by patrons Brandon, playing Bahn, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hello.
Christopher, playing Rye, the Shadowfey Black Powder Sorcerer.
Hello.
Corey, playing Lucian Drago, the dhampir Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
Hello.
Dory, playing Io, the gearforged Circle of the Moon Druid.
Hello.
Stan, playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric / Bard.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, actually real quick before I do that, I'm going to make sure I show everybody watching our new character art. This is for Torben, who is not here this session, but will be hopefully joining us again soon. Glorious. Thank you so much to Jimmy for giving us an excellent bear folk portrait. Enjoy giving him some challenges. Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, within the Blood Vaults, our heroes survived bloodletting entryways, bugbear jailers, and a skeletal guardian. A hidden passage led to a large chamber in the darkest recesses of the facility, with large blood cauldrons, a pit of bones, and a red sister praying at a statue of the red goddess. With alarm, Alaric recognized his presumed dead sister Erica as the villainous leader of the vault's sister Alcava. She had survived and was now a zealous devotee of the Red Goddess. Though she plotted against the vampire overlords by tapping into powerful blood magic, she was doing so at the expense of the people in Warsaw. Alaric and the rest of the party wasted no time trying to put her down. Skeletal forces rose from the bone pit, including a large skeletal snake that wrapped around Alaric. Kovac was charmed into fleeing into the bone pit, while Io was able to silence the Red Sister. Blood elementals rose out of the cauldrons to defend the priestess, forcing the party to split their tactics even further. Lucian aided Kovac with the skeletons, while Rye had his hands full with a rampaging elemental. As the party destroyed the magical cauldrons, Alcava's power waned. When she broke free of the silence, she cast a devastatingly powerful psychic attack, downing Rye and Alaric. Io helped restore the cleric, who arose with renewed vigor and passionately plunged his sword into the monster his sister had become. The ambitious Red Sister destroyed, the danger from the Blood Vaults had subsided. The party rescued what few captives they could as Alaric quietly buried his sister in an unmarked grave. The party returned to Warsaw. And you all got a long rest and a level up to 5. Congratulations. Yeah. So why don't we go through and find out, just kind of real briefly, the changes and new either skills or spells or things that you have, just so you can share it with the rest of the class. Let's start with Rye.
So Rye is still coming to terms with his broken leg and the limp that he now has. But while he was doing that, he's working on, he had picked up two new spells. Fireball, going with the fire and brimstone style of thing. And he swapped out brimstone for slow burn fireball. That is does damage round over round, but less damage in the one thing. So it's a slow burn. He also at 5th level gets magical guidance. So I can re-roll, spending a sorcery point to re-roll a d20 on a failed check.
Oh wow. Good. All about the DPS over here.
And I ended up rolling poorly and taking the average for max hit points.
Yeah, it looks like most folks ended up taking the average for hit points. All right. Lucian, level 5, briefly, what new things did you go with?
I'm also a sorcerer, Clockwork, but I also got the magical guidance uh, class ability. For spells, I get 2 as a Clockwork. I had Dispel, Magic, and uh, Protection from Good and Evil, something like that. But it allows you to switch one of those, so I swapped it for Haste and chose Slow.
Oh boy.
So
the
good luck.
chrono mage over here. Both great spells, but man, I kind of hate them as a
Master
DM.
of Time, and
Yeah.
leaning into that Master of Time thing.
Yeah,
so.
I like it. I like that our two sorcerers are diverging along two very clear roles and spell styles too, which is
no stepping on toes.
Yeah, if I were playing an RPG and had multiple casters, I'd absolutely be doing that. For sure. All right, Io, tell me about level 5.
Well, I now have access to 3rd level spells as a druid, and I took what I hope are going to be some pretty cool things. I wanted to lean into a little bit of the wild shape with the druid, and so I took a spell called Potency of the Pack, which hopefully will come into play with some pack tactics for the group. And also another one called Call Lightning, which I think I'm going to have a little bit of fun with.
Nice.
Other than that, it was a pretty calm level up for the druid.
I just realized you're all primary spellcasters, aren't you? Holy shit. Wow. That's scary. That's a lot of 3rd level spell slots. Bahn, level 3.
Bahn has been taking rest in Warsaw and has spent some time learning how to heat metal on some of his enemies. And he has improved his ability to turn what I think Melancha had taught him, applying psychic damage to his enemies, and has increased the level of damage for each one. And then,
Is that your bardic die going up, or is it just the whispers going up?
so for Bahn, it's just the whispers going up. It is bardic inspiration has increased also.
Gotcha.
But I've got 5 of them. They come back on short and long rests. So I'm gonna spam them as often as I can, probably. And then he's spent some time with a thin silver wire that he acquired. If I need to spend money for the silver wire, I think it's probably reasonable. And as he explains it, he'll just say that he's been studying the book for a long time, and that he's found a way to protect himself better, is what he'll say.
He's there. I think you could acquire a silver wire. Alaric, tell me about level 5 briefly.
Alaric is not doing very well, at least from a mental standpoint, and is leaning more into the Death Cleric. Took another level of Death Domain Cleric, and because he did take a 1 level dip in Bard, I do not have 3rd level spells, but I do have 3rd level spell slots.
Right.
So I can have some fun with upcasting some things. And also picked up a new necromantic cantrip that gives me a touch damaging spell to go along with my spectral hand for chill touch. So I have a 120-foot distance necrotic cantrip and a touch cantrip.
You are in melee pretty often. All right. We also have magic items that you guys looted from the previous dungeon. I don't remember if we had divvied those out or not, but just as a reminder, and you may just have to remind me, the DM. The Bloodstone, these are the new ones we got from the dungeon. The Bloodstone Spell Gem, the Mark of Blood coin, and the Mantle of Blood Vengeance. Oh, it's all blood set theme, really. Do we know who is ending up with those items so I can write them down?
I had taken the Bloodstone spell gem.
Spell gem, okay.
No one else.
By my notes, that's your second
Contested.
attuned item.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. The Mark of Blood does not require attunement, but it requires somebody to be basically donating blood to turn it into a healing vessel. The Mantle of Vengeance does require attunement, and it's the one that you can use your reaction to deal damage back to an attacker.
I think the party decided with some trepidation to give it to Rye and see if he can keep a hold of this cloak.
The second time's the charm.
Don't give this one away.
And if no one will take the mark, I'll take it.
Rye, Mantle of Blood Vengeance.
That's my
So-
second attunement, right?
Yep, after the Wand of the War Mage, +1.
This cloak has spring colors, so
It'll be good for at least a little bit of the season.
Or at least the colors spring out of it. So,
you can wear it till Labor Day.
Who's taking the coin?
yeah, if no one
Uh,
else wants it.
Alaric, I
Okay,
think,
Alaric.
said, yeah.
Okay.
We also got 2 potions of greater healing
Ah,
and 2 blood link potions.
thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to scroll up to see, but I don't think I actually typed those in the chat. I meant to. Where did I put the blood link? There they are.
And
Yes.
of,
Go ahead.
and of course, our reward of 2,000 gold pieces.
Mm.
I forget about that.
Mm-hmm. A good payout. Unfortunately, Warsaw is not the safest city to be walking around shopping, and in fact, you guys are really doing some
Yeah.
hiding in safe houses while you're here. The blood link potion I have shared to all of you, and I trust you know what potions of greater healing do.
So Io obviously can't use any of the potions. I'm currently carrying a couple regular potions of healing that could be applied to other people. But I can't take advantage of any of those types of things.
And we can always put any of these things into the party coffers. I think Brennan still has a really great.
I'm trying to do it now.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Yep.
And that helps for folks that aren't at this particular session. If anybody wants to be able to take stuff out of there, even if we're in the middle of a dungeon, I probably don't have much problem with having like a shared stash between everybody that exists in interdimensional space or something. If it gets to be somehow weirdly abusive, then I might have to look at that. But otherwise, you guys can pull things out of there, I think, as you need them. All right, and everybody has long rested, correct?
Yes.
Sure, we're at maximum capacity. Right, I'm gonna put you on the world map for a hot second. So after the long rest, the Invictus Resistance Group helps disguise all of you with a caravan of supplies heading south to Valenoria toward Morgau. It's a journey of several days along a major, well-patrolled road. The ruse works, and thanks to the main road, you move far quicker than usual. The days are tense, but mostly uneventful, especially compared to all of the long journeying you have done thus far. So they have rewarded your help with allowing you to travel several days along the main road to get to Yarosburg here on the map, south. While setting up camp one night, it's a simple matter of slipping away in the early morning hours and heading east toward the Castle Yarosbirg, or what's left of it. It's about late afternoon by the time you come across what was at one point a grand castle, and yet from your brief history lessons you got from Archduke Avgost, it was one of the first places to be attacked. As you can see, it is clearly on the border between Morgau and Krakovar, and was attacked by the vampire legions as well as the undead ghouls coming from below. They attacked multiple castles basically at the same time. And this particular one was a famous battle that occurred in the early days of the war, and a warrior by the name of Sister Adelind, a warrior of Sif, actually slew one of the great vampire generals at this castle. And she ended up dying in the fight, just from legions of undead. But she was basically, what's the word, canonized, I think, if you're made into a saint, by Queen Ursula, the leader of Krakovar, and became a great symbol of hope and rebelliousness for this entire conquered land, and inspired a entire new kind of sect of Sif's forces called the Spear Maidens of Hope. And they venerate Sister Adelind, and they make frequent trips to the site of Yarosburg to pay their respects. And it is these folks whom you are trying to catch up with, because rumor has it they have this very powerful weapon called the Holy Robes of Sister Adelind that they're using in their battles. And you have been told that this would be instrumental in helping beat back the forces of the now the expanding machinations of the Ghouls, which have been more prominent on the surface. An overgrown roadway leads steeply up to the craggy peak from which the mighty fortress of Yarosburg once stood vigilant against its vampire neighbors to the south. Once the third largest castle in the kingdom, it's now little more than crumbling walls and loose stone. The gatehouse path is worn and uneven and overgrown with weeds and tall grass. The iron-bound doors lie rusting in the grass. Among the ruins of the gatehouse, a group of young girls dressed in filthy rags dance and sing, reciting nonsensical children's rhymes.
Well, that's not creepy.
It's actually more life than was here when I was here last time. Alaric's been pretty quiet, and he seems a bit agitated. I was here 10 years ago when the 4th Hussars, when we were wiped out. I left Warsaw to come here for help. There was no help because the castle had already fallen. There was nothing but ghouls picking through the dead. So this is more life than I saw 10 years ago.
What did you say the ages looked like? You said young.
Prepubescent for sure. Probably less, maybe 10 or less.
You said they're wearing like dirty rags,
Mhm.
like, and they look human.
Give me a perception check, please, as you all are approaching.
Multiple people allowed to participate in that?
Sure.
I have my 21 passive.
Oh, shit. Give me a perception check for funsies, though.
Yeah.
Alaric, you
Alaric's
literally
distracted.
are too distracted. Rolling a 1 on that one.
I'm half here.
Yeah, yeah. You're hearing echoes of the war.
It's getting better.
It is getting very slowly better.
Incrementally.
We have a 5, a 10, a 13, a 14. Yikes.
Did you want me to roll? I figure we just run with what's there.
All of you are pretty distracted by the events here, and from what you can tell, these just look like, I mean, it's weird to see little girls in this setting, but they appear to be human.
Okay.
Dancing around singing songs.
Do I recognize any of the tunes?
Parts of them, but they're not even being like sung correctly, if that makes sense. They're almost just kind of like inserting different verses here and there, kind of out of order. So you might recognize certain lines.
You said they're like
I'd like to
nursery
take.
rhymes.
I'd like to take out my flute and play the tune appropriately.
Okay. You start playing. Give me a performance check. we don't get enough performance checks.
I'm average.
It's a little discordant, but it's not a very complex tune at all. Literally things you would probably learn on an instrument. And you do seem to capture their attention and they kind of they're at one point like holding hands and skipping kind of in a circle, and they kind of all turn almost in unison. And
Bahn
they
backs up.
Yeah, and with big eyes, they kind of almost reach out from a distance. You're probably about 30 feet away, and they reach out and say, "Please, will you come with us? Please, we need your help."
That shifted abruptly.
You play so well. Please, come help us.
Bahn like jabs Alaric in the hip. He's like, "Yeah, why don't you go help him?"
Lucian will tighten his grip on his gold pouch.
Thieves is what they are.
Without approaching, I'll approach 10 more feet and ask, what seems to be the matter? You said you need help. What's wrong?
Oh, we need help. Oh, please, can you come with us? We just need to show you something.
Not without more information, little one.
Can I incite that
Sure.
while they're talking to him?
Sure.
I'll shout from the back, "Where's your parents?"
Please, they're all dead. Everyone's dead. Please, you must help us. They seem to motioning just further into the castle.
Bahn will lean over toward Ryan. I bet it's haunted.
It's a trap.
Oh, it's definitely a trap. Talking with them.
It feels something is off here clearly, but they are kind of acting like concerned children to an extent.
Would just like to strike up, asking more information about, where are they from, where do they live, and try to talk to them for about a minute and see if I can get a little bit better opportunity to persuade here.
Okay. Is it actually magically beguile? Creature can see within 30 feet. Whenever you have advantage. On a charisma checks made against the target. Okay.
And I'd like to persuade them to give me more information about what help they need.
The longer you talk, they seem to be getting a little more aggravated and more upset. The longer you won't step forward. Like, please, come on. And Alaric, you are distinctly aware that your charms have no effect on them. 0.
Okay.
They seem completely unfazed. But they are growing increasingly agitated. Like, please, won't you come? Come on.
Lucian probably figured out what I was trying to do. And I just kind of quickly look over and it's like, Lucian, I think we have a problem.
What do you mean? Oh, ugh. See, what? I mean,
And I will take another 5 step forward, pop my fangs, and go, little ones, you don't want to do this. It is not good to lie to a Lord of Morgal. And I'm still wearing that regal sable cloak and everything, looking like a vampire lord.
Yeah. You do that, and they kind of recoil for a moment and says, no, killers, murderers, we just want to go home. And I'm going to have to ask for some initiative at this point. As they kind of hiss back, and you see like their features growing a little more sharp.
Ghoul-like?
Not quite. But clearly not normal human either.
Maybe dhampirs?
You don't see them having...
They haven't popped fangs yet.
Right, yeah. Clearly, they don't look human.
Alright. Sorry, Eric, I forgot to click my token. I didn't pop in.
Okay. If you roll it again, and then you can change the number.
Okay.
They're all over the place on initiative.
I'd like to keep that second one, thank you.
Alright, so yours was a 10? Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, it looks like we're going to start with Lucian. Gets the first reaction.
You're gonna make me hit a child.
You're pretty sure this is... you're not sure what this is. They are child-sized.
Let's just test the water. I'm gonna let's just do a ray of frost here on 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I think that's 60 feet, right? Yeah, 60 feet. Yeah, on this one here.
Okay. Ooh, a dirty 20 definitely hits, yeah.
For 11 cold.
Wow. This was on number 4, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Cold damage definitely splashes over.
And 10 feet off the movement.
Ah, thank you. And you see that it does do damage, but unlike a person, she doesn't seem to, like, shiver or anything from it.
Yep.
She just kind of hisses at you angrily.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move there. Yeah. We're dealing with something that is not as it seems.
Yeah, this one will kind of run up to you like a creepy, well, kind of childlike, but a weird, creepy sprint thing, Alaric, and tries to basically jump onto your back. And you can see her hands have grown long, kind of claw-like features, and her teeth is a little bit sharpened.
This is worse than watching a 3-year-olds in the orphanage.
This is like that time I went to the orphanage. Like, wait, what?
Hey, Alaric grew up in an orphanage.
These kids are just rabid. All right, claw attack is not going to do very well.
Alaric was a dhampir in an orphanage.
Goodness, these are some not great attack rolls. And then she leans in and tries to bite and latch onto you.
Okay.
2, 7 piercing damage, and it officially grapples you with her bite. So she somehow manages to kind of wrap around your body, and then when she bites, you feel like your body kind of almost sinks into the ground a little bit as you become just slowed down. And I think she was here, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then she actually, with her little bit of remaining movement left, you feel yourself move with her deeper. You can only take, I think, a step, though. Use a lot of movement to get there. Deeper into the castle.
Okay.
She kind of
That
says,
was
like,
special.
must come with us. Io.
None of this is creepy at all.
All right. I am going to
Trample some kids, Io.
Yeah.
How much damage can a bear do to a child? Let's find out.
I,
Tune in
I'm
tonight.
in
It's-
I'm in an unbearable situation here, Io. A little help.
Okay, yeah. Well, since the party's clamoring for it, let's go Io Bear. I was contemplating trying another shape, but we'll go Io Bear.
Oh yeah.
Now, question:
Something
if
kid friendly.
if I want to try to get this one off of Alaric, can I do that with an attack, or would that be a grapple? What would I?
I believe you would have to make a strength check to specifically pull this creature off of Alaric. The only thing you can do, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is if somebody's grappled, you can force movement. I think this has come up before in this campaign, in fact. Either one target or the other, and that will break the grapple as well.
Okay.
So certain spells, I think, would force movement, for example.
Or just kill them.
Or just kill them, yeah. Or yeah, the thing is you just attack to kill.
Okay. Oh,
Alaric's like,
I keep
"Just get it
forgetting.
off."
I'll just kill it. I keep forgetting order of events here. Could I have cast Fairy Fire first, then gone into bear form? Or no? Is that a...
I think for you, bear form is a bonus action, so I think you.
Yes.
I think you can do that. Yeah.
Nope. But I can't attack then. Shit.
That
nope.
is correct.
Forget it. It's like I've never played D&D before. Okay. So
More things.
I'm gonna race up here, and I'm gonna go after the one that is currently eating my friend.
Yeah.
Let me open Io Bear. And where's my attack? Okay, so we're gonna go with the bite.
A
Did that roll?
13 will
13.
hit. Yep, it is a child in rags. Congratulations. You've successfully mauled a child.
Great.
No, she
5
hisses at you and
damage.
kind of wails in some kind of and you realize when you get close, pale skin, like dead eyes, like this is an undead creature.
Okay. So that's 5 piercing with the bite.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go right at it with the claws.
Oh,
That's a nat
yes.
20.
Boo, 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 boo,
Yes.
boo, 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 boo. Turns out, bear versus child, bear wins.
Oh man,
you hate
I
to
only
see
rolled
it.
a 1 on the extra die. Yeah. So it's what, 18? Looks like 18 slashing.
That is 18 slashing. My goodness, and a massive damage save coming in for this poor defenseless child now. So half. If it's is it half the damage? Look at my
Or 10.
rolls.
I can never remember which one's which.
Well, I know. I made
It's
it.
higher than 10.
The DC is 10 or half the total damage. So half the damage would be 9. So or 10, yeah. So I guess
You
she
succeed.
made the save barely.
Always take the higher.
Barely.
Barely. A mighty blow, however. But she is still latched on to Alaric.
All right. I'm gonna stay right there.
I'm glad the petting zoo's on my side.
Mm-hmm. Kind of look at each other for a moment when they look at the bear and go, "That's you were a thing, now you're another thing." This one will run up to. Actually, yeah, we'll do Alaric as well. What the hell?
I was going to say Bahn's pointing at Alaric.
He's just gonna take a pounding. I don't think grappled actually does anything for checks wise though. But she does have the good AC. 18.
Just hits.
Oh boy. 8 slashing, and then the bite comes in. Oh, but that one's a miss. That one is not able to latch onto you. Just slices you up a bit. All right, and the creepy thing, Bahn, is that while they're doing this, they occasionally utter out a just random line of like a nursery rhyme type song, and it's extremely creepy.
Bahn shudders before pulling out his rapier. He goes, I never really liked kids anyway. And he's going
Bahn,
to
fuck them kids.
I'll attack with my rapier at advantage because Alaric's within 5 feet of me.
Because he hates kids.
So 25.
Yeah, 25. That's certainly a good hit.
And with my new psychic blades, we'll do. Oh, bummer. 17 points of damage.
Only 17 damage. Psychic assaults tear into her mind, and it when shudders and recoils, and even for a moment looks like a child, like a scared child for a second before roaring back and hissing at you.
And I'll end my turn there.
All right, this one is going to, fortunately, can't get past the bear, so coming for the bear. Claw. 21 for 12 slashing damage. Whoa. Even the DM's eyes shot up at that one. That was a
Yikes.
nasty hit. That one hit puberty early, apparently. Then Claw 14, I think, actually does hit the bear form. Remind me again what the AC of the bear is?
Oh yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
it's a AC of 11.
Well, 11.
11.
11.
Okay. And that one will try to also latch onto the bear with a bite, and if it's 11, then that will hit too.
Wait, they get 3 attacks?
They do. I have just not hit with all 3 of them before.
Okay, so that's -7 for the second attack. And then
12,
What's
7,
the-
and
so it's-
7. Yeah.
oh my god.
And this one latches onto you
Okay.
and kind of whispers in your ear like, let's go. And I don't, I don't think you can drag somebody that's larger than you, can you? You're grappled?
If you have a certain feats or certain abilities, like
Okay.
Goliaths and those things can do it.
Yeah, so she does that, but is frustrated by the fact that she can't quite
Move me.
move
It
you.
says
I think that's
can
what I'm getting
grapple
to.
creatures up to one size larger.
So you can
than you.
can you move with them grappled? I guess if you grapple them, then you can move.
Moving a grappled creature, when you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved unless the creature is 2 or more sizes.
2 or more sizes. Okay, so this one, somehow this child can move you. I have been painting as kind of a supernatural effect where you like sink into the ground, and once you're in the ground, you feel, and she kind of sinks into the ground too, which is creepy, and then she kind of moves you a bit. Yeah. It's like, come, I must go home. Kind of drags you, not very far, because half movement, can't get too far. But clearly they're trying to drag you deeper into the castle. Alaric, you have 1 grappled onto you, but I don't think that really, if its speed is 0.
So
Otherwise-
since they're grappled and I have an ability that goes off if I grapple somebody, do I have advantage with this, or is it just a straight up attack?
Show me what your ability is.
Didn't think I'd get to use this new toy this fast.
Hmm.
I've already got my fangs out.
Like penumbral ichor drips from your shadow-stained mouth. That's a giant shadow fangs. Maybe still think it's hard. It hits target, takes 1d8. The card image shadowy fangs sink into it. If you have a bite attack, different racial trait, and spells can fire, which I assume you do.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think any of this requires grappling, though, right? You're just making a melee.
No, if they're living, then I could get some
Yes.
some points back.
I
but-
did drop the fact that,
Oh.
you're at this point this close to them. You like smell it on them and everything. They are clearly dead.
So fangs out, they just
Yeah,
start
just
dripping
meta.
black. They just start dripping black, and it's like, this is how you
Ooh.
bite.
It's a bite off. Bite off. Those damage increase 1d8 when you
6.
reach 5th level. So it's the left number, I guess, because the right one is what you would heal.
Yeah, I get 3 temporary hit points, and then almost the worst damage roll I could get, 3 hit points of damage. So
If
I
you
get
hit a
3
humanoid
temporary.
target, this is not a humanoid target though. You gain 1d4 temporary points.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's
only
pretty.
did 3 points.
It was a good attack, but for some reason, barely grazes on a 2d8.
So
It's tricky. Like, she's got this whole halfway in the ground thing. She's wrapped around you. You're trying to, like, almost scratch an itch you can't get to.
They've got little kid arms. You're expecting to bite on something bigger.
And I will give Bardic Inspiration to Rye, saying, we've got a problem here. Can use some extra fiery help.
Make sure to denote friendly fire, though. Mr. just took fireball. He starts warming up the jets.
I was
Higher in the
hoping
hole.
for a higher initiative. That way, because they were all close together.
Yep.
Now, not so much. But I do cast
Oh well.
Frenzy Bolt. I'm gonna cast Frenzy Bolt on 3.
Is this the jumping one?
It is.
15 does hit. Thank you.
And so 3d8 damage of a random type.
Guys, I'll remember to make you a table for this.
Yeah, one of these days.
Let's forget about this one.
So it'll be 11.
Just still on.
I think it did the damage up there already, right? That's the 15 varies. It rolled 3d8 up there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it
once I
jumps
printed
as an
it-
odd number, doesn't it?
It jumps on an odd number. Let me see what kind it is. Which I wish I would have. So this was the Twisted Arcana.
Roll itself, not the adjusted. Roll itself was a 7, so yeah, it was odd. That's 15 damage to number 3 first.
Yep.
I guess, yeah, you're right. It does depend on what type, though. They are undead and have certain
Alright, so-
things about them.
D10. This will be thunder damage.
Thunder's a good one. Nothing's immune to that. A sound blast hits that one pretty hard, and you see she is barely able to hang on. But still...
And then I'm going to have it jump to number 2.
Okay.
So at this one, if I click it again, it's going to recast it.
Yeah, you can either roll it manually or just cast it and give yourself a spell slot back. I don't know what the best solution is there.
So that was D20 plus 7? D20 plus
It's
8?
Plus 8, yeah. Because you got that wand, I think. That will certainly hit, although a 16 is not an odd number.
Alright. And the damage for this one is an 8, which is psychic damage.
Oh, damage type, yeah, okay. Psychic damage, so now roll 3d8 for the damage number. Psychic is another good one, unless, of course, you're fighting tentacle worm things coming out of a well in Ancient City.
Seven.
Hmm.
7 psychic.
Alright. So number 2. Okay. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good spell for AoE with friendly targets around.
It's nice and safe.
Yeah.
Kid safe. Well, actually, not kid safe, apparently.
Not kid safe. It's not kid safe at all. Number 3 looks very heavily wounded. Number 2 now looks pretty bloodied.
And I'm going to slide over a little bit. Because I can only go 15 feet, so that's very sad. So I'll just go right there.
Alright. We've got... This one still wants to take out Alaric still. You were the one that scared him all the most, I think. Fly. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Yeah, Mr. 18 AC over here. I'm just going to town for 10 slashing damage. My goodness.
Dang.
Alaric, that's not my intention. Or was it? Okay, 7's a big miss. Here comes the bite. And that is also a miss. Alright, Alaric's not looking so hot. As we
Nope.
go to Lucian.
I thought the bite, this is the one that was not the one that was grappled, right?
This one was not. Yeah,
Right.
If they start their turn and they're still grappling somebody, they basically automatically bite them.
Yeah, 3 gets an automatic damage on me if they make it to their turn.
No pressure, Lucian.
Nope, none whatsoever.
That's action. Yeah, I've had enough of this.
I cast invisibility and I'm out.
Yeah. And I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
I don't fuck with the dead kids.
They creep me out, man. Yeah, I'm gonna cast slow on that group there.
Oh, the slow. Both sorcerers really wanted to go early in this initiative. Or I guess you did go early. You should have
I
cast slow.
did. I was kind of feeling them out. and I'm
I
like,
see. You didn't want to drop
"Ugh,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're kids. What could they do? Oh God, the kids are killing us.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
All right, so that is a wisdom save. Which is
Where is your 40-foot cube?
DC is 16. This was
I
great.
can choose.
You can just choose, yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah, I can choose within it. So
Okay.
that's
which is
that's
such
the nice
a
thing with it.
crazy powerful. It's already a great AoE, and the fact that it's like you don't even care about friendly fire here is just
Yeah.
really fantastic. 5 out of 5 spell. Damn it.
The thing that balances it, I think, is the save every round. So
Yeah. But if you've got a good DC, holy moly, you can slow a bunch of children down. Now it is slow children at play.
yeah, I take out my pocket watch and I turn the
Nice.
I turn the hand backwards just a hair,
I like it.
so everything kind of slows
That's
down.
so big because they only get 1 attack, right?
Yeah,
Ah, with a triple attack, yeah.
and -2 to their AC.
Yeah. One melee attack, yep. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah, I'll stay put.
Gets halved.
They don't get
Oh.
reactions, right?
Let's see. On its turn, it can
Correct.
either use an action or bonus action, not both. Yeah, it can't use reactions. Speed is halved. It's just got everything. It's the all-in-one package.
Okay.
-2 to AC. Yeah. The big thing for me, the DM, is that I only get 1 attack. So that's pretty nasty. But clearly, this one will use its 1 attack to do its auto bite attack. So you are currently still grappled, and if you're still grappled at the start of its turn, it can hit you automatically.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna roll damage then. Bite attack hits automatically. I don't know if I get to roll or not. 'Cause
Roll
then,
low. Roll low.
yeah,
Can you crit fish? Sorry.
that's what I'm trying to think. Like it said, it hits automatically, but I guess if it does, then I guess I can't crit.
But-
All right.
Hmm.
2d4.
Which one is it grappling? Is that the one grappling me?
Number 3
or-
is grappling Alaric. Number 4 is grappling
Okay.
the Io Bear, and I believe the other 2 weren't able to grapple. 3d4. So this is automatic to Alaric. Will he stay up? Oh, you lucky asshole. Oh, I rolled bad damage.
I wanted that to be either really high or really low.
Hmm. You gotta flex that ability you tried to use in the last one, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, and it will. So its speed is halved, and it's also halved when it tries to move with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it.
if you're dragons.
Yeah, so I think it only gets to drag Alaric to like here. You could tell it's like very slow going. I can't move. And then it gets to repeat the wisdom save. It's a DC 16, still slowed. All right, Io.
A form of
Okay.
shadow forms around Alaric.
I would like to eat the one that is currently grappling me.
Okay.
Right? We're gonna go 18
That'll
with
do.
a bite.
Yes.
That's gonna be 9 piercing.
Boy.
And then we'll go, if it's still up, we'll go claws. That's a 24.
Yes, that will hit.
And 6 slashing.
Okay, that one's looking pretty messed up, but she is still latched onto you.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a bit hardier than ghouls, actually.
That's my turn.
All right, this one will just try to bite at Bahn in an attempt to latch onto you. It actually doesn't need an attack roll, right? It's just...
That it.
Okay. For 7 piercing, and she does latch onto you. Unfortunately, because she's slowed, well, fortunately for you, she doesn't get to do any of her claw attacks, and she only drags you, like, basically 1 space further. Even you kind of sink into the ground a little bit, and she starts to try to drag you. Ugh, man. That slow is brutal.
So I updated my hit points, but it's not reflecting on the bar, but it is showing in the circle for me. So I think Bahn's like eye level with this kid.
Probably.
Where did she bite him?
You
Like
tell
just
me.
on the arm?
Yeah. You tell me what makes the best
Yeah.
area
I
for
think
you.
what he'll do, I can try to use acrobatics to escape a grapple, right?
That's a good question.
I think it's athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I think you're right. To do so, must succeed on a athletics or acrobatics check. Yeah, either contested or in this case, it's just the DC, which is a 12. That is your action, though, if you want to do that.
Yeah. It's not a guaranteed thing. Let's see. Bahn will go ahead and stab it one more time and see what's going to happen. In fact, it like puts the rapier like right at its mouth first, and then
Oh,
just
boy.
starts trying to
This is some real Walking Dead
pry
we
it.
got here.
Yeah. Am I near anybody? No, I'm not near anybody. So it's just a normal roll. Good luck. Did it roll? No.
Calculating. Oh, he rolls a 2.
Yeah.
An 8. Even with their slowed AC, which I believe is a -2, still does not quite hit.
Okay. Bahn says, "Save me!"
Even Bahn, you can't even hit a slow child. A slow child that is wrapped around you.
We're in dangerous territory. All right. Yeah. I guess it's my turn.
They don't get reactions if you wanted to back up.
Grappled.
He's grappled.
Oh,
They are latching onto folks. Yeah.
never mind. Sorry.
We are
sorry.
all grappled
That's right.
up
That's
there.
right.
Yeah, that's an
Oh.
interesting
Not paying
play. But
attention.
yeah, because they normally wouldn't get reactions because they're slowed.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
all right. So this one, same thing. We'll use its action to do its automatic hit on the Io Bear with its bite, dealing a 9, almost a max damage to the bear.
Io Bear goes back
Oh
to
boy,
Io.
Ooh.
lost the bear already.
Yep.
Underestimate the kids. And will drag you very slowly. They are frustrated at being so slowed. But slowed they remain. Holy moly. Alright, Alaric. The good news is, the one latched onto you looks really, really bad.
Okay, I'm going to use my, since they can't take reactions and I have 2 of them next to each other, I'm going to do Reaper
Okay.
for 13 on 3 and then 10 on 1.
13 will hit, 10 even slowed won't hit number 1 though.
So 11 necrotic to number 3.
Oh, Alaric. You discover as you attempt to deal your necrotic damage to this particular creature and try to rot it, it just appears to have no effect on it.
Awesome.
And it's just like, you can't hurt us anymore. You will join us. Join us in our home. Feel your body like
I will-
sinking a little further down.
I will use my bonus action to maintain the shadow aegis.
All right, Rye.
Rye would like to vortex warp Alaric out.
Ooh. A teleport.
Don't know what that is, but I'm in for it.
I accept. Teleport an occupied space of your choice you can see within range. Where would you like to teleport Alaric to?
Here.
No! Come back, come back!
Thank you,
I
sir.
also assume that he has. You have one of the healing potions, right? Or who has
Yes,
it?
I have a regular healing potion. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll die before he uses that potion. I think he's wanting to use his go to zero ability, but yeah.
Well, I'm also getting him closer to Lucian, so in case Lucian can heal him or anything. All right, that's my turn. Because I figured that thing would hit him next, and then, you know.
Certainly would try, yeah. These things really want to get to your backline, but they are still terribly slowed. So this one will slowly seem to want to move back towards you, Rye, but since it can't really make it further than that, it will turn around and just... the other one's already...
Oh, I didn't use my movement, but I guess I could go through.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I would go towards these guys.
Okay.
Cool.
This one will just turn around and do a claw attack on
Don't leave me.
on Bahn. Ooh,
Yeah, that hits.
9 slashing.
Okay.
And still slowed. Lucian. 3 is still extremely wounded. 1 and 2 are both very bloodied, and then 1 I don't think has been touched actually.
Levitate me.
I could. That's
No.
a
It's
strange.
just no.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Oh gosh, I was gonna do something different, but it changed everything. I'm gonna Mind Sliver number 2. Intelligence saving throw. Thought that posted. There it is.
Roll 20
Oh.
seems slow tonight.
Boy, randomly made a save. Just a
Okay, I
nat
won't roll for
19.
Okay. That's a. You know what? I'm not gonna do nothing this turn, so.
I'm gonna choose to do something, damn it.
Okay, that
No.
slow spell's doing some good.
No, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll
Maintain
save it. I'll save it.
concentration for sure.
Yep.
All right. Since that one's already grappling, Io, you do have a reaction opportunity because you see this one still attempt to have eyes for Alaric and attempt to move towards Alaric. But if you would like to use your reaction, you may do so.
I will.
By being grabbed
hit
by
it.
another one, you can just turn and bonk
The
back.
I'll hit it with my quarterstaff. Hopefully.
Beaten stick.
15?
15 does hit.
Wow, a whopping 2
Yeah.
bludgeoning.
2 is just a rap on the knuckles.
Hit it harder.
I can't thorn whip as a reaction, can I? I have to use a
I think it's a
weapon?
basic attack. Yeah, there might be a certain subclass or something that lets you. Or a feat.
Warcaster lets you use
Okay.
cantrips.
Cantrips as a reaction, yeah. But it can't actually reach anybody, so that's all it does. Alright, can it make the save? Oh, that's the saves I can't make, unfortunately. Io.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I am gonna Thorn Whip. I'm gonna Thorn Whip this one that's trying to go for my buds. Number 3, I think that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. 12?
12 will hit a slowed dead girl, yes.
All right, so that's 11 piercing.
All right, you reach out with that
And-
whip and attempt to, wrap it around, and you see the thorns just dig into her, and she gives out just a pitiful whimper, and then she just sinks. She kind of gives a cry and then sinks into the ground.
Okay. Then that is my turn.
The others all sing a song in unison. All right, Bahn, we get auto damage with the grappled one. 8.
Close.
Yeah, this bite grabs on more and attempts to drag you slightly further into the castle. And officially, the first one breaks out of the slow spell. That's at the end of the turn. And it's to you.
I am sorry, I don't remember the rules. Is taking a potion of healing a full action?
No. You can quaff a potion or freezies.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do macro, potion of healing, and back 4.
Oh boy.
2 1s. This is
That
not
one
a
was
good day
watered
for
down.
Discount potions.
That's
Um,
right.
With
How much do we
that,
pay for those?
Too much.
let's see, +4. With that, he is going to pull on the silver wire around his finger, and you guys will watch as this just like pulse of energy like comes out from him and kind of just hovers low to the ground, and it goes out about 60 feet in range of him.
That's a big range.
It's called entropic damage field. I tie my fate to those around me. When I take damage, the damage is divided equally between me and all creatures in range who fail a
Wow.
charisma saving throw. Any leftover damage is divided equally and is taken by me. Creatures are allowed a fresh saving throw against the spell each time I take damage, and a success ends the spell's effect on that creature. Creatures that approach from outside of that range into 60 feet of me become part of that spell whenever they walk into that 60-foot range.
Wow. But equally between you and all creatures in 60 feet range? That's
Yeah.
insane.
I didn't-
Fail that.
Is that-
fail the Christmas.
Friendlies?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask
all
that.
creatures.
All creatures. That is, everybody has to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
And then,
When you take damage. So whenever you take damage, you have to make a charisma save?
yes.
Wow.
So they make, all creatures within 60 feet would make a charisma saving throw.
Boy.
Now,
That's
if you
a lot of
succeed on the
saves.
charisma saving throw, you're then exempt from future stuff.
Okay.
So if somebody's concentrating on a spell and they take damage on your behalf,
You take,
They're gonna-
I mean, like in this case, yes, potentially. You'll
Mm-hmm.
have to roll a concentration save, a concentration.
They are going to hate you.
Okay.
save,
guys.
I would suppose.
Welcome to the front line, Bahn.
Hey, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. I like how he cast
Did
this
you-
after his near
oh,
death.
But you only make it once, right? So once you
Well, so this
What-
is the end of this was like my turn. That was my whole action to do this.
But it only procs when you take damage.
every time. Okay.
Yes,
Think.
correct. and it's
So we
concentration
don't have
for
to do
me.
it right now.
Right.
Yeah,
Got it.
correct. It's concentration for me. I do have Warcaster, so I have advantage on Constitution saving throws.
Okay. I could have sworn this one already went recently. Have we come around again? Jeez.
Yeah.
I guess so. Alright, this one will just keep biting it. Just realized they do the same damage as a healing potion, don't they? 2d4 plus 2. 5 damage to Io. As keeps singing. Oh, that one breaks free of the slow. They're starting to break free. Although she moved, I guess, before she did that. So it's slowly dragging you in and says, come, come. We must be joined together. Alaric.
So about that potion of healing that I have. Yay, these are quality potions, dude. Quality
Wow.
potions.
Wow. Bare minimum on potion rolls. 2 in a row
Yep.
with the ones. Throw those d4s out.
And you said one is pretty busted up?
Down to Bill's discount potions. 1 has not been touched. 2 and 4 are both looking very wounded.
Okay. And
Got Alaric jumping right back into the fray.
with their... Does an 11 hit?
She is no longer slowed, and it does not.
All right. And I will maintain Shadow Aegis with my bonus action.
All right, Rye.
I'm going to attack number 1 with Firebolt. Now, my
Boy.
Bardic doesn't do the attack or anything, right? Or does it?
I think Bardic usually lets you add the attack. Is that
Yeah.
Alaric's Bardic?
Yeah.
What's
That
your...
was a D6?
Yep, D6.
Oh, 12.
12 would not. You have your
One
magic...
was slowed.
But she
Oh,
is
1 was
tw- but
slowed.
she
You're
is
right.
slowed.
Sorry, 1
Yep.
was slowed. So 10 does not hit, but 12 does hit. You're right. Thank you.
Okay. For
Hey,
7.
Bardic Inspiration working.
Yeah. So fire. She howls. Ah! But join us as well.
Oh, over here. It's like slowly doing an arc.
Yeah, that one still wants to come after you, but she is still slowed. I guess slowed is half speed, so you can make it 3 squares. All she can do is
She's
a
slowed. I got one
single
leg.
bite attack. Yeah. Oh my
Oh.
god. It just slows some Walking Dead shit. Just she's slowly moving for it, but all of a sudden she just lunges at the last second. Oh, for 14 damage and grapples you.
So my mantle goes off.
Sure. You'd like to use your reaction to do it? Yeah.
I will, and it's a 2D. I'm like,
2d10 acid,
Pull it up
2d10?
and everything. I think they get a dex save or something. Let's see.
DC 13.
Thank you.
13.
Alright, so yeah, use a reaction and a charge your blood into a punishing spray. Like a DC 13 dex save.
Oh man, visually that's so cool.
Failed. You get to spray. Yeah, 2d10, 11 acid damage back. And actually, I didn't apply it, but she would have -2 to that dex save because she was slowed.
So wait, she was slow. She moved and bit me? I thought she could only do 1.
Ooh, I'll have to check slow again.
Oh,
Thought she could, but maybe not.
no, I think you're right.
Not get
It's-
Can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
let's see.
It-
Speed is halved. -2 penalty AC and dex. Saves. Can't use reactions. Can use either an action or bonus action, not both. Can make more than one melee attack during its turn. I think it can still move. Yeah, so the trick is it can move an attack, but only has half speed on movement, and it can only make one attack. Just happened to be a crit on that one. But it takes 11 damage in response, full acid damage, and that definitely causes her to recoil. In fact, thematically, I'm going to say she's not able to grapple you because of that. She got acid in her face.
Okay.
Do we all have to make a charisma saving throw?
Oh. No, that's if Bahn's attacked, yeah.
Only on...
Bond.
Only Bahn's
Yeah,
attacked.
only on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Very selfish spell.
It said all creatures, I thought.
Yeah, I
thought any creature that
It
took...
affects if Bahn is attacked, then everybody has to make that save and do it. But if it doesn't make it a party wide thing,
When you take... Oh, okay. When the caster.
Nightmare.
Maybe one of the reasons Alaric moved up to help him.
Yeah. All right, Lucian.
15, 20, 25, 30.
I just added +2 to my AC is what I tried to do with the spell.
Now one looks as wounded as the others, honestly, with that damage.
I'm going to 5, 10.
Although 2 and 4 are no longer slowed, so they suddenly look a lot more dangerous.
20. Wait, can I do it from there? Yes, I can. So I'm going to move up there, and it's going to stand in the middle of this battlefield and yell, "For Krakova!" And he's going to cast Thunderous Stampede.
Oh boy.
And he's going to cast that on Io, Alaric, and Bahn.
Targets move up to 10 feet in a straight line and make a melee weapon attack. If they hit, they can choose either gain a +5 bonus on the attack's damage or shove the target 10 feet. It's other than you must use their reaction to move an attack under the effect of Thunderous Stampede.
Like right now? Is that what happened?
Yeah, you're using your reaction right now, I think, to be affected by the spell. It does say yourself and up to 3 targets. I guess if you want to also get in position, you can do it, but otherwise, I don't think it's right.
I don't have much of a...
Others, go for it.
Do I have to? Yeah. Do my bidding.
He's channeling his inner
Leap
Bahn.
forth, burly protectors.
He's learning.
But you could shove one. You could shove one
this.
diagonally 10 feet.
Yeah, it's a straight line.
True.
If you
Well, we have to hit.
made a melee weapon attack and hit.
Yeah. You know what? I will. I'll back up and I'll try to push one towards this wall, straight back, away from Rye.
Okay.
I've never done a. So that's a.
You've never done a. He picks out his sword for the first
Is it
time.
an unarmed? Yeah. How do I use this? I'm holding the
You
dagger
gotta stab him with
backwards.
the pointy end, I think.
Is this the business end?
I'm all thumbs, you see. I've never pulled my sword out. Checks around and sees, oh shit! We've all
Still got the wrapper.
Swords. Yeah, it's got tags on it. Hey, we bought this at Bill's Discount Potion Shop. They threw in a free sword.
I don't have an unarmed strike.
Do you have a dagger?
Yeah, somewhere. No, I never put one in there.
Pulling through his packs. And
Oh my god. You know what? I'm just gonna roll a d20.
I've got this candlestick here. I don't know.
So it's an 18
Jeez.
plus whatever.
All right, you slapped that child.
so it's at least 1 point of damage.
At least.
Yeah, I'm shoving anyway, so.
Very imperious of you. Be gone, you tiny gnat.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a bonus
Oh my-
or move,
Yeah.
right? So, meaning you would take the 1 point and then 10 feet.
Yeah, shove her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the. Yeah, so it's
All right, and then
And we
every
all get to do
technically
that?
no damage.
Yep.
You all get to make a melee attack against.
so
Do I
Bahn.
get to do it at advantage because Alaric's next to me?
Pack tactics.
Make a melee weapon attack. So whatever affects your melee weapon attacks, I would say would count.
Nope.
Anyone is
Ignore the
good.
psychic blades.
Yeah.
Just
And then,
six.
so you need to choose though if you're either going to do +5 to your damage or shove.
Oh yeah, +5 to the damage because
Yeah.
it's attached to me still. So 11 points of piercing damage.
It is attached, although if somebody shoves it off you, I think isn't that the way you can break it up?
Yeah, that I don't know.
All right, Alaric, give me. Let's just go in order. It's Bahn, Alaric, and Io in addition to.
And it's still up.
I might be able to do it right. It is still up. Yeah, it's very weakened, but 6 will hit. Oh, that was a good hit. Still up, but barely. She is looking really
With
bad.
+5, that's 15 points of
With
damage.
+5,
15.
Alaric, yes. With 15, you do actually. That's see, I swear to God, you had 15 left. Thanks to the thunderous smite, you feel swelled up in fury and power. Watching as
For Crackle Var. Just look
turning
back at
around,
Lucian, it's like, yes.
watching Lucian just backhand a child into the wall. I am filled with inspiration.
I'm inspired.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
And I rolled a 12.
12 is not very good.
+5.
But you could do +5 damage, or you
Not
could
for the
shove it off
attack.
you.
Yeah, but I have to hit first.
You still have to
Oh, you do have to hit
do the
first. You're
shove.
right, and that does not hit.
Yeah.
That one is not slowed.
Okay.
Yep.
I miss my bear.
Yeah. That one
So,
sits
yeah.
down.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I
hate
kids.
I think I got to give Lucian a point of inspiration because that was just an excellent use of that spell
Wait, thank you.
Nice.
for backhanding a child into a wall.
I will. Oh, that part of it.
That's the part we're gonna remember. Actually, she was a
Put down
hissing
the
dead
right
child.
I do get.
Sorry. Yep. Go ahead.
10 more feet. Yeah, I'll just back up here.
Right. Io, you're only the
Right.
current one still grappled.
Great. Let me just swing with this quarterstaff again.
Taking some chomps.
18.
That does connect, yeah.
6 bludgeoning.
Okay. This one's looking pretty messed up. You guys did a number on her. Just whispering, "No, you must come join us."
Oh, I have a weird question.
Mhm.
My quarterstaff is not giving me anything other than just a d20 roll for damage. Or the d6, is that right?
You have
Yeah, unless you
a
had Shillelagh.
positive strength modifier.
Huh. No, I didn't.
Well, you
Not
should
as
start
high.
working out more, and then you can hit things harder.
Okay, so 6 damage.
Or use a finesse weapon, I guess. Can anybody do that feature? Is that only a rogue thing?
Anybody can use or their dex modifier.
Dex if
it's
you have a finesse weapon, yeah.
Okay.
Be like a short sword or something, I guess.
Or a rapier.
Right.
The default.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yep.
weapon system in 5e is weird. It's like, oh, you obviously use the rapier if you're gonna do the dex thing. Yeah,
If you've got military proficiency. Or the
that's true. I think it is martial. Bahn. I love that you cast this spell, and now you'll probably never get hit again. Which,
Right.
I mean, it's like, you washed your car, now it's gonna rain. But if you didn't wash your car, it wouldn't have
That's it.
rained. So.
Great analogy. Bond's gonna run up and say, "Go to hell."
Try to be also inspiring, and then slap the child.
22.
Pack
and this
Tactics
would
is
be-
doing some real work for you, by the way. I've noticed.
It is.
You pretty
Yeah.
much need this advantage every time to hit a child.
Yes. And then I'm going to use Psychic Blades with the attack too. So
Whoa.
What is that? 20.
21.
Yeah, he is really increasing his DPS there. And that your psychic blades absolutely like tear apart her mind, and she clutches this, no, and she screams and then falls into the ground and releases you, Io.
Bahn's like, That's the end of my turn.
Yeah. One remains. Alaric, literally number 1.
Okay. Maintaining that bonus action to keep the Aegis up. And let's see if this rapier can do the job.
16 well hits. Ooh, boy, now the big damage is coming out. 13 max damage. She is still up, but she just, you like slice into her really good, and she actually like huffs for a second. She looks like a wounded animal.
Back to the grave.
Very weakened. Rye.
Alright. Rye goes at firebolts the child.
Firebolts the child. 26 does hit, and you blow her the fuck up. Scream goes off.
When the fight stops, that field will just kind of suck back into Bahn.
Mm-hmm. No
Looks
one
at
is.
Bahn.
No one's the wiser.
What the hell was that?
On Tesla.
Welcome to Yarosburg.
It was quite the welcoming, Matt.
Yeah, you guys here are standing basically in the gatehouse, or what was once the gatehouse. Clearly is mostly ruins.
It's motivation for a short rest.
I say we just leave.
That's the whole point. If you wanted to huddle up right here, you haven't really explored the zone, but you could certainly attempt a short rest. Some of you
Just
are
taking a look, see if there's a place that's not totally exposed.
You do see from a distance what looks like mostly intact barracks in the very back end of the ruins, I guess, in the far end. As you cross into the castle proper, the interior is full of chunks of masonry and debris. The remains of 2 towers lie to actually says, well, I'm just going to orient this like this because obviously north is this way. So it would be north and south. This being the south tower here, and the north tower, I guess you can't quite see from your vantage point.
Is it up here?
Yeah, it's right here. I don't know if you can see my paintings.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the north tower. The north tower only features the upper portion. You can see there's like crumbling stairs, and the bottom is completely destroyed, but the top of it is still intact. It's about 20 feet up. And then the south tower is kind of the opposite situation, where the top is completely gone and there's just this bottom rubble remaining. And then you also see a more intact tower towards the southeast, which appears to be just functional still. It goes up about top was 30 or 40 feet. And then to the northwest, you see a large mound of rubble that like towers up about 40 feet high. That clearly looks like something was here, but has since been completely destroyed and now is overgrown with grass and vegetation. And then to your west here is what looks like one of the more intact structures here, which appears to be once a barracks.
Remembering what happened after the Basilisk fight, and we sent Bahn in to find a suitable place to rest. How about we just hunker down maybe in this tower where we only have to watch out one side and not everything? Any
Makes
other
sense
ideas?
to me. It makes a lot of sense.
What if more kids come from the ground?
You're always asking that.
I guess we could share your pain then.
Forcibly, apparently. Yeah, you all can. hunker down here for a short rest. Consider using hit dice.
Sounds like a good idea.
Some Song of Rest.
Yeah. Which I think the Song of Rest is still just 1d6, but let me make sure.
You're level 5 now, so things may change. Getting older, parts of your body are changing. Your bardic inspiration is growing larger. Boy, 2 of you took a shit ton of damage, but didn't go down.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ah. Rye sitting back there with a +3 con modifier. My goodness.
So what's the bonus for Song of Rest?
I'm pretty sure it's just a d6 right now. I'll have to double check it for
Okay.
sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just a d6.
We all roll that ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 7 plus 5 is... Well.
Why didn't add a 5th one of those? I was going to do that originally. Kobold Press creatures, that would surprise me.
It's swingy, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the shadows that are surrounding Alaric slowly disappear.
I'm going to say this out loud and then forget it next time, but a Song of Rest doesn't increase until 9th level.
9th level?
Yep.
Wow. It's still a D6 till then?
Yep.
Okay.
This is where the Shield Maidens are supposed to be.
Sif, the worshippers of Sif, yes. The
And-
robes, they should have information about the robes.
I'm kind of doubting they're here.
That or they just left the natural fauna here as a welcoming committee.
You are not disturbed while the short resting. You see the sun is starting to get a bit lower. It's probably getting to be closer to evening time. We're still welcome to explore the grounds.
I'd like to check out this courtyard down below.
Okay.
You said there was a tower down here?
Yes, this area looks pretty clear, although you do see what looks like mounds that have been disturbed, as if small creatures rose out of them.
How small?
About the size of a child.
Oh. Getting the impression that this may have been a burial site for the massacre that took place here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey.
You guys want to join me in checking out this tower?
We could. Io, this looks like a barracks. Do you think you want to see if there's still weapons in there? You look like you could probably use something other than that staff.
Yeah. Io was kind of approaching to see if I could like see or hear any movement, specifically kind of focused on the ground, looking if there was any disturbance or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I've kind of got your passive perception is always on, but if you want to focus on something, you can give me a perception check. You're trying to look for, or are you trying to look for, notice anybody around, or trying to like investigate and search a specific area for things?
I mean, I kind of heard what Bahn said, but I'm pretty attached to my staff. It's one of the few things I have left from the Margrave Forest that I keep with me, but I'm specifically kind of looking out for danger type of things.
Okay.
So yeah, I can roll perception on that
Sure.
specifically.
Ooh, Io. The barracks looks clear to you completely, and all the southern courtyard looks clear to you. You catch the slightest bit of movement, the fluttering of a wing in this far north tower, this one that only has the upper part of the tower. Just catches your eye.
I will kind of hold my arms out, and Bahn is right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of reach out and I'll grab him and pull him close, and I'll just kind of turn my head a little bit. Something's up there. If I'm looking now specifically in that area, can I see anything else other than the wing fluttering?
So this platform is probably at 30, it's probably 40 feet high. So you're on the ground. So it's
Yep.
like looking up at the top of a roof of a building, basically. And all you saw was just kind of a pretty good sized wing kind of just crest overhead for a moment. So you feel like you would either have to get lucky with seeing something else or get a better vantage point.
You said a good size wing, like a large size wing?
You might describe it as such. Big enough where you could see it from this distance, peeking up from, to give you a, get your attention. Not a feathery wing either.
As Io's looking and has gotten Bahn's attention, he'll look back at Lucian and try to make eye contact with Rye and just like nod his head at what Io's like looking at.
And you're gonna see Io kind of motion to all of you to like slowly step. Can we step back through this rubble here?
Sure.
Okay. Kind of bringing you all back behind this tower to try to get some cover.
This is kind of like a war movie now. I feel like everybody's like sniper on the roof,
and I'm going to say, large beast, winged, on top of the tower. We are not alone.
You really need to hire better tour guides here.
Do we need more friends?
We just need Rye to fireball it.
Range is 150 feet.
Did you say this is a door? Oh, I think I just clicked on your door to open that up. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's I used Mage Hand to cast the door. Yes, it actually miraculously still looks like an intact tower in the southeast corner, unlike the other mostly ruined ones.
Could we maybe climb to the roof and like then look across?
You would
so
like
we get a better vantage.
You tell me.
Or if it's an intact tower, go in, just go up. Go in and go up, and so we're undercover.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, if it looks like there's a platform that's even with that other, maybe we can look across instead of up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a vantage point.
Unless their parents are in there.
Ice Coyote.
Or
Was
more
it,
children.
Was it scaled?
What was that? CT?
All I
it-
saw was a wing.
Was the wing scaled or feathery?
I did.
Not feathery.
Yeah, I did say it was not feathery.
Could be
Okay.
leathery.
Was it red?
It was kind of flesh toned, I guess.
Can we check this door to see if it's trapped and or locked?
It is not. I'll just bypass that since we opened it a second ago.
Okay.
It's fact. I mean, it's
Alright.
it's mostly ruined. Like it's barely standing on. It's just there's nothing. Yeah, you can open it up.
Alright.
What I don't have is a fancy Roll20 way of elevating you from your current position, so we'll just have to describe what you see as you climb these stairs, which
I'm
are.
now stuck on the door. Okay.
Oh no!
Got off. I got off. Okay.
Yeah. Gotta go inside.
Yeah, careful! Don't leave your token on the door. I guess that could be a problem.
Nope. Not a good idea.
So yeah, despite the wear and tear in here, this one just miraculously survived the worst of the damage that the rest of the castle has sustained, and you're able to carefully make your way up some crumbling stairs up to the top of the tower, which gives you a pretty good vantage point. What you see is, again, you've got the barracks down here, the gatehouse that you just had gone through, that mound, which is about equal to you all in the northwest, and then to the north, you see a bestial creature. I am going to. It's. You've got good visibility, but it's still 150 feet away from you. So I'm going to call for some more perception checks from anybody who's up there looking over to try to identify. But it looks obviously like a big bestial creature with wings. Look at these perception checks. You guys are all just like, I got this. I got this. I got this. It's not a dragon. It looks like almost like a lion-ish creature with large dragon-like wings and a very visibly kind of scorpion-like tail with a pretty thick spike on the end, and it's got these large spines all over its body. And it is not asleep. It looks pretty attentive, and in fact, it's kind of like sniffing the air and kind of starting to stir and look around, but you all had vamoosed out of there. Also looks like it's standing on or it's got a nest up there with quite a few glinting treasures.
Okay, I wasn't interested, but now I am.
Also, from this point of view, as it gets later in the day, you see a pair of armored humanoids making their way toward your direction, toward the ruins. One of them appears to be injured and leaning heavily on the other.
Do we recognize any of the markings or anything?
You wait a bit so they can get a bit closer, and I will call for the perception check.
Okay.
I was just absolutely flexing that perception. You're just like, finally, a tower. This is my home now. I live here. Just keep throwing things at me, and I will tell you what they are. You can clearly see the symbol of Sif, which is the bundle of arrows, very prominent on their armor, and they look dressed like kind of a knightly garb, and they both have large spears strapped to their backs, and they both appear to be human women.
They're going to get wiped out from that thing if they get spotted.
They are
How
currently
close are they?
They're currently making their way. They're probably maybe 100 feet away at this point, and they're not making great speed. One of them is very heavily injured and leaning on the other one. They're also not going towards the normal entrance. They are taking a long way around, and they appear to be headed towards this big mound in the northwest section.
Is it possible to cut them off before they get there, before they're in danger of obesity up there?
Right now, it looks like by the time you would try to go around, they would have hit this spot. You can try to hit that spot before they do, because that would be the closest thing to you, or some other means. In other words, you feel like you could draw the creature before it would notice them.
Right. What's the range of your big boom?
150 feet.
And how far away are we?
Less than that. Because I'm down here. My leg, I did not go up the steps.
That's true.
I just went out to look.
The tower,
so see.
yeah, even drawing my thing, the towers are actually 150 feet exactly, but yeah, obviously you can...
So if we help you to the top of the tower, you can make it go boom, and we can start this fight now.
I can make it go boom from down here, I believe, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I can see from, like, here.
Because Fireball's just a point, right? You don't have to actually... it's just not a precision tool, necessarily. I'm going to give all of you a chance if you want to set up whatever tactics, but you've got to decide pretty quickly on how you want to approach this. And if you want to get within a certain range of this creature without being noticed, that would require a stealth check. But you don't have to get close if you don't want to.
Bahn will give Lucian a Bardic Inspiration. This one is a D8.
Oh, okay.
A little better than mine. I will come out and support Rye.
I can cast Pass Without Trace.
Do we have to stay close to you for that?
30 feet.
It's a 30-foot range.
You feel like you'd only need it if you would basically go closer to it than where you first entered this place. Because when you first entered it, you didn't quite disturb it yet. So that was about midway, basically the path between the gatehouse and the barracks. But you all never went further north than that. But you feel like if you would go closer, you would have to start stealthing to not draw its attention.
Yeah, I see. Good luck, guys. That's what I say.
Yeah, you tell me. Some of you can stay on the tower if you want, or you can go around with whatever, but...
How about Rye, we come around to this other
I'll
side,
come down.
like over here?
I
And
didn't see the thing, I'm sorry.
I'd come over towards the barracks more. The
Hold
other
on.
gap.
I'm slow.
Strax is...
Yeah.
The leg.
And this will get us a little bit closer. And yeah, I'm good with
Alright.
starting the party from here.
Here we go. Fire and all.
Sorry, did we get what everybody's doing right now? That obviously Rye is setting up the fireball, but let me know what everybody's... Essentially, I'm letting you get a surprise round off if you want to do anything aside from watch the thing start.
How far away is Alaric from this creature?
How far can you see this tower thing? Okay. It's basically just right inside of this circle that you don't quite have vision of. So maybe add another...
I'm 120 feet.
Let's see. Well, it's funny how range doesn't usually come into play with those big ranges, but this time you are within 110 feet right now. It's a little bit wonky because it's higher up, obviously. So I would say yes, but remember you can't quite see it yet if you need to actually target the creature itself.
So I can hold an action as soon as I see it. I
That's
can
true.
hit it with chill touch. Also, can from Io's description of what we saw in the tower, can we do a nature check or something to figure out what this thing is or what its capabilities are?
Probably once it's yeah, you guys, that's true. You all got good visibility earlier, so you can give me let's see, what is it? Give me a nature check is correct. Anybody can do this that wants to try to identify this creature.
It's got wings.
It's got wings.
I assume it can fly.
Wings, spikes, and tail. Yep.
Did you say nature check?
Nature check, I did.
All right.
Ooh, not so impressive on these checks. Although 10 plus just gives you a bit of background info, general strength versus the party. Some of you may have heard of the Manticore as a not quite feral monstrosity that is definitely capable of flight, definitely a asshole, and is particularly proud of the fact that it can fire those spines at a pretty good range and at a pretty good rate. It likes to fly around and shoot.
I've heard there's a bunch of them.
The spines, yeah. All right. Why don't we go ahead and get some... Does anybody else have any actions they wanted to tee up for the surprise round that's about to start?
I just wanted to double check. Do you guys want Pass Without Trace, or we're not doing that route?
Sounds like we're throwing a fireball at it to
It's
start.
gonna go, yeah.
Okay, so then
I was going to say, I have a
What-
spear I can give you, IO, if you wanted.
Oh no, I'm good. I would like to cast simultaneously with the fireball. Can I cast Fairy Fire on it?
What is the range on Fairy Fire?
60 feet. I'm not close enough, right?
It's much, much closer. Yeah, about 120 feet right now.
And dang it.
60 feet would start the having to stealth thing, so you can
Yeah.
hold Fairy Fire, I believe. But I guess holding in a surprise round is weird because the creature isn't going to go, so it's just going to... I guess it depends on the initiative order. If it goes before you, then I guess it matters. Otherwise... But I guess you're not out anything either if you just hold it.
If we're gonna set things up, I will cast haste on us,
There you go.
and I will twin it so that let's get Rye and Io.
The twin haste combo. My goodness. Yeah. Plus 2 bonus to AC, advantage on deck saves, gains additional action on each of its turns. To take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use.
Did you say a +2 to AC?
Mm-hmm.
What? Does that count if I wild shape? My AC goes up then too?
I believe it would. You'd still be hasted, yeah.
Yeah, you're hasted.
That was the plan,
Okay.
in fact. Target speed is doubled also. Boy, this is going to get funsy.
Inch.
All right, so we start off. Yeah, you do the haste. I guess you guys can go ahead and roll initiative as well. And then the fireball is what's going to start this essential surprise round.
Did Lucian just create a cocaine bear?
Cocaine bear. That is a... sorry, let's go scroll back up. DC 15 dex save. As you launch a fireball. It is pretty good.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
but you caught it completely. I rolled a 1 on the deck save. So we start off with this thing taking a full 26
Wrecked it.
fire damage. Yeah. And it gives off a...
You said it's twilight, right?
It is, yes. Yes.
That would be beautiful. Just a big ball of fire off the top of the tower as the sun goes down.
Yeah, true.
Ooh, ah.
It looks lovely. Wow, and you guys all beat it for initiative too, so that's a pretty...
Oh, shoot. I didn't.
Gonna be a pretty big deal. I think before we start this combat, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes to start this battle. Although a opening fireball was a pretty good start already.
Awesome.
Got a late initiative roll in there. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm at the end of the.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll save it.
Back from our break. I realize it gets awkward because I have to mute all of you to go on the break so everybody else hears the music, and they have to come in and just interrupt everybody. But we are back from our break, and I get to start the battle music.
So Eric, I would like to spend. So I have lingering spell, meta magic.
Yeah.
So I would like to keep that fireball going.
Whoa. Social points equal spells level to prolong the spell's damage. A creature that failed at saving throw against ritual casting the spell must succeed on the same saving throw at the start of your next turn or take half of the spell's damage. Wow. Okay. A lingering effect. So that's at the start of your turn.
So is this a surprise round? We're all...
The surprise round was the fireball, was the haste.
Oh, okay.
I think that was
I was going to do a chill touch too.
chill touch.
And
Yeah, and those of you that held actions, will definitely. I guess it's not going to go off because it went last in initiative. So we'd go through the surprise round, and then nothing. It never appeared because it was a surprise round, and then now we start regular initiative. But you'll take your turn before it gets to go because it is dead last on initiative.
okay.
So we start. So this is a normal round essentially now. We start with Alaric. I put it on the map just so you can target it, see it a little bit.
The spectral hand reaches up and just pets the little lion for 4
And
points.
pets
of
it,
damage.
yeah. For 4 damage. Solid damage though. Appears to be very angry. All right, Io.
Okay.
Hasted.
Io's gonna... I am. And I'm actually going to... measure... Are we within... Okay, perfect. You're gonna see Io step forward, up here next to Alaric, and you're gonna see her extend both of her hands toward the sky, in the direction of this beast, and with just a circular movement of her hands, she's going to cast Call Lightning.
It's literally on the high ground.
And did that post or no?
Not see it on
Thought
my
I
end.
clicked it. Let me try that. Oh, input at what level? Okay, well, it's a level 3 spell, so... Okay.
Boy.
So that's a DC 16 Dex save.
It's like follows that. Ooh, that thing tries to avoid it, gives off a roar, but a lightning bolt slams into it for 20 damage. My goodness. It's whimpering now and smoke just rising. You get the smell of burnt hair and fur.
And do I get 2 attacks now?
With haste.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So can that... This is a brand new spell, so I don't really know how it works. It's a concentration spell.
It does say that, let's see, haste can be used to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. I don't know if it lets you cast another cantrip.
So you can't bring another lightning bolt with it either, right?
Well, it
Yeah.
says on
Right.
each of your turns until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning in this way again.
Yeah. But in terms of the haste action, I think haste only lets you do those following things with your extra action.
Yeah.
You could
The
move and
attack is
hide or
specified
something.
as 1 weapon attack.
Okay, so then... Why is it doing that?
If you have a ranged
Okay.
weapon, maybe you could do that.
I have a javelin. What's the range on a
Oh
javelin?
boy. Would be quite the throw.
120 feet.
There's no way a javelin's under 20 feet.
Disadvantage.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Disadvantage. It says 30/120.
Does it really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only 40 yards.
That is a hell of a shot put, but
So it's all right. I'll throw it at disadvantage and see what happens. Because my cantrip, my thorn whip is a melee attack, and that's only a range of 30 feet. Yeah, forget that. Javelin at disadvantage. It is 17.
damn. That's pretty good.
4 piercing.
Just turned into Zeus all of a sudden. Just lightning comes down and now just throwing. Wow.
And with all the lightning in the air, you actually see there's a little bit of electricity kind of working its way off of her armor.
Nice. Io, I'm gonna give you a delayed inspiration for spotting this creature, which was a big deal.
Awesome, thank you.
Because this thing was designed to ambush you all, not the other way around. Okay, Rye, I think your thing is gonna go off. Is that right?
Yep. So, deck save again, right? For
Failed at saving throw against original casting of the spell. Must succeed on the same saving throw. Okay. Yeah, so deck save again. What is your save?
15.
Does succeed that time. Doesn't take any damage at that time.
Takes half.
Well, it takes half if it fails. If I'm reading this right. A creature that failed at saving throw against the original casting of the spell must succeed on the same saving throw at the start of your next turn, or take half of the spell's damage.
Okay. It's gonna be 13, or you want me to re-roll it?
I would have moved back here. FYI.
For what? No, I think it doesn't take any damage. I think it's am I mistaken? So when you do the lingering spell, if it fails its saving throw again, or sorry, it has to fail again, and then it would take half of the damage. But if it succeeds, I don't think it takes any damage. Is that not?
I would agree with you, Eric.
Yeah.
We can look it up if we need to, but I think that was the wording it's using
Must
here.
succeed on a save. Oh, or take half. Okay, I got it. So now it would take nothing.
So it's a chance for it to take half of the damage if it failed again, yeah.
Gotcha.
But you still have an
Okay.
action.
Still
just
your
have
action,
your
yeah, that was
turn.
just an auto. Yeah, that wasn't a turn or anything.
Alright, so Firebolt.
Hmm.
Fail.
Goes
And
Ah,
you're
by.
hasted
then-
too.
And I'm hasted, so I'm going to pull out my musket at disadvantage. Because it is too far away. So disadvantage, musket attack, 15.
You could move up and then back. You double your speed.
Ha, that's true. However, 15 does hit.
For 7 piercing.
All right, Rye, despite your lingering magic missing and the firebolt missing, you finally whip out your shot just as it crests over the top and hit it right between the eyes, and this thing falls down dead before it gets a chance to go. You guys unleashed hell on it.
But now I'm out of spells, so
I was gonna say, like, you're shocked, but like you just did 2 big back-to-back third-level spells, also. 4, 3, I guess, if you count the haste from Lucian. Like 3 spells, 3 big third-level
Yeah.
spells. You guys did not fuck around, and this thing didn't even make it past a round.
I'm thinking this thing had over 150 points or something.
Not quite.
That was
not
beefier than
quite.
that.
Yeah, I actually,
But
I rolled really bad on hit points too on this thing, but even still, impressive run, and that thing falls down dead.
Hey, Bahn, I think there's some shiny stuff up there.
You did notice a lot of loot up in that thing's nest.
You see Bahn's head pop out from the bush and says,
What? Is it over already?
Did we win?
And there's still a thundercloud orbiting overhead.
Right. For how long does that last? Another minute or something? Or is it an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for it to get closer.
I kind of go like this, and then I just kind of disperse it.
That's
I
when
thought
the
for sure you
second
just-
Manticore arrives.
I was going to say, just keep that up for Overwatch for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I could. Okay.
Where did those women end up?
I think
They're
they're
still
heading over
coming,
to
but clearly you guys just lit up the nights, the evening sky with this giant fireball and lightning clouds, and you don't have. I don't think you have eyes. Wait, no. Did anybody stand at the top of the tower, or are you all back in the courtyard? I think everybody came down. So
Yeah, we're out.
yeah,
You
we
don't
all
quite-
came.
okay, you don't
down.
quite have a vantage point, but clearly you have been the most noticeable you could have been with the pyrotechnics.
Yeah, that one tower is like, screw this one spot. It's like,
Yeah, just all of a sudden a giant fireball explodes, and then just like lightning struck it at the same moment. But this one does not have, it's basically destroyed on the bottom. There's no stairs or anything. It's just a top layer full of treasure.
I'm changing to my Hussar regalia and moving over to
Okay.
potentially intercept.
Yeah, it's, and this is a big hill here. This mound was clearly something. A massive mound of rubble stretches 40 feet high, carpeted with grass and weeds, and dotted with hundreds of bright white flowers. The same flower, Alaric, I believe, that is in the book that Queen Ursula gave you, which is supposed to be the special symbol that the Spear Maidens use.
Bawn just trumps like up the hill, stepping on all the flowers.
Chunks of stone and shards of glass beneath the vegetation reveal evidence of a much grander structure that once rested here. Bahn, as you trudge up the area, you find bits of what looks like a broken stone tablet. And when you kind of look at the words or even pierce them together like a little puzzle, you see that they are written in... does anybody understand the language of Darakul?
I do not.
Alaric does.
Alaric would be able to translate this to you, but it says, here lies Otmar the Sallow, Shroud Eater and Lord of Bruvik. May he sleep the peaceful sleep of the damned for all eternity. Those of you may recall that the vampire lord in general that Sister Adelind slew, that was his name.
Does anyone have a way to like consecrate the ground or something?
It kind of looks like it's been consecrated in a way, like that tablet was destroyed, and now all those flowers, which are the symbol of the Spear Maidens of Sif, have been planted here. So you can almost paint it together. That's kind of what has happened. Like it was originally a burial site of the vampire lord, but then they came in and ripped all that up and instead turned it into their basically secret martyr site. Because Sister Adelind also died here.
Those flowers are what's keeping it sacred.
Oh,
Stop
well,
crushing.
let me just. Well,
You want to be up to your asshole and vampires? Get off the flowers.
I raise up my robe and I start tiptoeing down.
That other ground with the undead children, no flowers on that ground.
Yeah.
sorry.
But yeah, you see from a distance, the women are now probably about 50 feet away, and they have clearly stopped and are warily looking around. One of them is clearly very heavily injured and, huffing and puffing, and the other one is looking alarmed, and you can tell, sort of like whispering something to the other one, and was, they were both staring at the tower that had lit up with all these pyrotechnics.
And to start the conversation off, Alaric will step up, and he's already got the book out just because he knows it's going to be needed. And he goes, blessings of Wotan be upon you. And it's not letting me 1 second. Oh, here we go. And the one that's injured will receive 5 points of healing.
Okay. They are startled at that when they first see you kind of rise the hill. They almost instinctively go to their spears. But then with your speech and your looks and clearly your healing, they appear to be still guarded, but at least less outwardly hostile.
It's like, greetings, servants of Sif. Alaric of Velosran, 4th Hussars. Pleasure to meet you.
The uninjured one nods slowly and looks like about to say something, and then the other one, who is shorter and red-haired and injured, she just kind of smiles wryly and says, Sif smiles on us after all, sister. Come on, get in there. And they both begin to walk ever so closer to the mound and kind of warily trudge up. And you see the tall one says, my name is Sister Olga. This is Sister Doroka. We are Spear Maidens of Sif. There were more of us once, but we have recently suffered a brutal attack. Who are you all?
As said, Alaric Velosran, 4th Hussars. This is my sister Io. And then introduce the rest of the party of, this is Bahn, another brother of, another son of Krakovar, Lucian, and our ally Rai.
How did you get to this place?
Fully expecting to hear Bond complain about walking. It's been a long journey from Zobek. A very long journey.
Our eyes go up. So back. They look over and see the still smoldering body of the Manticore, and says, this place, I told you, sister, is becoming a popular hangout for these beasts. Need to be more careful in clearing them.
The orphanage was taken care of as well.
They're working on trying to consecrate more of the site. But thank you, the dead are very restless here. This was a side of a terrible attack. You may know of that, yes?
I remember.
You see the one still clutch her side. You see a big gaping wound, although you did help heal it up. And Roka says, I told Ilva it was too risky. Those bastards disguised themselves as a broken wagon and ambushed us. Tall one says, worse yet, they were not trying to kill us as before. They were trying to subdue and capture. We were able to make it out alive, but our sisters... The other one says, I told you to leave me with them. Beats having to listen to you.
Is there any hope of rescuing the ones that were taken?
You know, the Morgawans have a standing order to kill us on sight, but something has changed. These forces were clearly trying to capture. I noticed too late that one of the wagons had iron bars to transport prisoners. The nearest fortress is Yarosburg Castle, now known as the Dread Fortress. It's about a day's travel from here. If they're keeping any of our sisters alive somewhere, it must be there.
How long ago was the attack?
It was maybe half a day at most. We've had to lie low and move quickly. And
Well, come in, sit down, have a rest.
They nod and they move towards the barracks. And the shorter one says, I think I left a trail of blood leading right to us. I told you to leave me. Evan says, normally we are very careful when traveling, especially to our holy refuge here, but this was an emergency. I was not going to leave you, Droka, but we had to regroup, and this was the closest site. We should prepare for an attack. It's nearly sundown. They will probably come at night. You all look pretty capable, though. Yes?
Just look up the storm clouds. You could say that.
But, we're here just to help us? Was you sent by someone? Or?
Look to Bahn. You're the ambassador from Zobek, right?
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like flabbergasted by how big these women are, I think. And he's just like,
Yes, we're here for the a conversation with, well, you or more of you. I don't know. But clearly now's probably not the time, though. We should probably clear out the rest of this area and maybe start watches.
Yes, there were more of us, our sisters. Ilva, Janina, Ewa, Hilda, Maya, and Droka and myself. Here, the others have all been captured, but I guess I'm not sure if I should be elated that they were not slain, but worried that they were not trying to kill us, as usual.
Bond will just say, I'm too pretty for prison. So
yes, they would pass you around.
Alaric, if
currency.
you seem motivated to go and attack, well, I'll be honest, I'm whipped after those fights. I don't.
If it was a half a day ago, they're already at the castle. We can't get there in time.
Okay,
We would have to do an infiltration. I don't
to
think we
talk
can.
you down out of a fight is a difficult thing. When you've put your mind to something, you're going to do it.
Alec just closes his eyes and it's like, yes, the anger is strong, but I'm not going to have risk injury to the rest of you.
Did these two women suggest that something was following them here to attack?
I was asking the right questions. You can ask them, yeah. But
yeah, that's why Bahn was saying that we should, clear out the rest of it and start watching.
They're basically saying usually they travel very carefully, but this time they didn't have that luxury, and they're worried that they would be able to be tracked to this site.
I would like to go over and investigate the tower that the Manticore had himself perched on. Are you saying that there isn't an easy way to get up there on foot?
That is correct.
To the top of
yep,
that?
the entire bottom stairs, everything is crumbled. You can just see there's a upper kind of half of the staircase clearly is, probably 30 feet up, and then there's still the upper platform is still intact, but it just has no lower end or conventional way of reaching it.
Io will look at the rest of the party and say, well, I can get us to higher ground. That would give us a vantage point and perhaps some safety. If you all want to ride, I can get you up there.
It sounds like a great place to be. High ground.
Yeah.
And you will see Io then kind of start to get down, and you will actually see her fingers start to multiply, and I'm going to morph into a giant spider.
Ooh.
I haven't seen you do this in a while.
Oh, different transformation.
and I will then kind of like a horse kind of bow my front legs to allow someone to climb, and then I can use my spider climb to get people up onto the top of the tower.
Yeah, that is the strangest thing I've seen today.
I was gonna say, Pawn backs up and looks at the sisters and is like, you first.
They still appear to be pretty injured. But they do. The uninjured one at least says like, well, she's not uninjured. They both look like they've been in battle. One of them just looks like she's taken some damage. The other one looks like she's in really bad shape. And the uninjured one says, "Let me, perhaps we've you all never inspected the barracks, but we have blessed it where you can heal with extra healing energy, thanks to Sif's blessing in there, but I don't know if we would have time."
Bond's eyes furrow.
Yeah, right. we just missed it. You all picked the tower. And maybe we can recover in there. We would like to join you in battle, of course, if we can. But you are the more complete fighting unit, so we can take your advice to have some orders for us.
We do have some questions about a set of robes of a certain patron saint of yours that we'll need to get back to. But
You see
you
them,
guys go heal up.
You do see them get a little defensive at that. It says, "You are." Yeah.
I just
I
pull
was
the
gonna say,
book and
Bond
it's like,
says, "Oh, real slick."
it's like, I've already cast healing on them. I hold up the book, show them this,
Yeah.
and it's like, same team. Casually.
Who
And go,
sent you?
that we're not at liberty to say. But we wouldn't have come by this book and know where you're at if it wasn't from mutually royally impressive people.
Bond will shout, "Jagoda!"
Yeah, that one, that's basically their boss. And then you tease the royal. The taller, blonder one seems to be a little still off put, but then the other one does nod. Says,
With the rest, Olga, they are here to help us. Sif has sent them to us, clearly. Yes, the rumor are true. It is good news and bad news. Good news, yes, we have the robes. Bad news, Sister Ilva has the robes. Or had. They overwhelmed her before she could use them. Always first into the fray, that one. Now they've fallen into enemies' hands. Though there is a chance they don't know about them. The robes are just a small piece of Sister Adelind's cloth held within a gold locket she wears like a necklace. They are indeed very powerful against the undead. It is one of our secrets of success. But now I fear the enemy has captured the Ilva and might possess it.
I'll go over to Io. Let's start looking at making defenses.
yeah,
You want to take me up, Io, please?
montage time. Well, not quite. We get
Yep.
to look at the treasure up here too.
I will not take Bahn up first because I know Bahn likes to sift through treasure. With my 21 passive perception, I've caught him doing that a little bit. So yeah, I'll just wait, and as somebody climbs up, we'll just montage up and down to get everybody up and posted.
Okay. Yeah, you've got this tower, which has no bottom, so that can be advantageous. This mound is also 40 feet high, and then you've got that other tower, which is just a fully intact tower that also is 40 feet high. And you all have realized you basically cleared this area of immediate danger. Treasure-wise up here, the Manticore did amass some nice treasure in its pile. You come up with 178 gold pieces, a circlet of blasting, which is... let me put that in the map.
Rye already perks up.
Yeah, it doesn't require attunement either, so I'm not going to say you have to identify it. While wearing this circlet, use an action to cast the Scorching Ray spell with it. When you make the spell attack, you do so with an attack bonus of +5. The circle can't be used this way again until the next dawn. So once per day, Scorching Ray at a +5. Also find 2 potions of healing, a Scroll of Lesser Restoration, a red garnet worth 100 GP, and a heavy black cloak lined with red silk worth 75 GP. I don't know why I can't type GP apparently. Had multiple opportunities and failed both times.
More cloaks.
Yeah, cloaks are the theme, I guess.
I would love to replace my potion of healing.
Yeah, you guys used some potions that last battle.
I think Bahn used one too.
Yeah. I used my last one.
Yep, same here.
What can be restored with the lesser restoration?
There's disease.
Leg bones.
Not quite. I think it's like the poison condition and those kind of things.
Okay.
I can do a heal check for you if you'd like.
That's true. With our you can use a medicine check once per day. Somebody can attempt, I think, a medicine check with a healing kit.
I can't give myself inspiration.
We do have a greater. I mean, if it's necessary, we do have a greater restoration spell scroll.
Yeah,
that's true. So here's the rules. Injuries can be healed via greater restoration. If proficient in the medicine skill, somebody can attempt a DC 20 medicine check. Requires a healer's kit and expends 1 use. Once per day to heal a PC's lingering injury. Disadvantage of healing your own lingering injury. Medicine checks can only work for 1 lingering injury at a time.
So
I think we start there.
Well, I can do the medicine check. That's not a problem. Bardic Inspiration would be wonderful, but I can do it.
What's that?
He's fading.
Nope.
Oh, with a +7 too. Jeez.
Yep.
Wow.
Never seen a leg like this before.
Katrin did not teach me every trick in the book.
Yeah. So Shadow Fey legs are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
How is that injury affecting you, Rye?
I move half speed. So
I like the way he role plays it too. He also technically, speed is halved, can't use dash, action, and you have, does it say, disadvantage to most dex ability checks and saving throws. That's actually pretty bad.
Probably pop out that.
You want to do the greater restoration?
The Manticore's giving me advice.
The dead Manticore from beyond the grave. Forget about the dash action.
I would almost like to just keep trying to heal it every now and then until I wouldn't want to burn that for a leg. It seems a waste.
Yeah, greater restoration can do a lot of things. The lesser one,
I got another one.
lesser can it just, let's see. Here's blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Gotcha.
You do have to touch somebody to do it, but or a disease. That's actually really good. It also ends a disease.
That's more a little more important.
Yeah.
Darakul, we don't need that again.
Yeah, that would be a good use of that for sure.
I think, Lucian, you've got the only one that we have. It was found in the
Yeah.
cockatrice nest at the stone galleries. Yeah, I think you've got the only scroll of restoration that we've got.
Yep.
No, he meant
Just,
I have another leg. Is what he said.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. He's got two
misunderstood.
legs. Yes.
I got 2 legs. Fine.
They were on
Is
I
sale.
there
have,
anything magical about that cloak?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in situations where we find loot, I would argue that I would ritually cast detect magic.
Okay.
In those situations to help find out.
Yeah, you identified the circlet definitely is magical. We shared that one. It does not require attunement, so somebody can just grab it and wear it. It's itself, it only allows 1 use total, so that can take it, and it's just Scorching Ray with a +5. Rest was just loot.
Yeah, do we all want to stay in one location, or do we want to spread ourselves out to other?
I mean, we're reliant on you to get down, aren't we?
No, I have rope. We can
I
help.
mean,
them.
there's always a way down.
Without 15d6 damage.
I've got 2 sets of rope that can get us down. It's no problem. But this would be the most secured place.
Who said they were out of spells though? Yeah, so we don't have fireball. We'll have another call lightning. Is that right?
Yep, I would stay in spider form as long as necessary, because I can. Ow, cat just bit me.
Cat doesn't want to be in spider form.
Because then I can. I have blind sight and dark vision and things, so.
The Spear Maidens, once they are able to rest up a little bit, they do mention that they are obviously fully capable of attacking, and they are also basically paladins. They have healing spells and some limited offensive capabilities.
I guess with the people that are up there, Bahn will just say, I'm not effective at range. There's not much I can do. I really, at this point, have to be involved if I'm going to be involved.
Craziest bard build. Melee only, and I have no hit points.
And you have a
Well, you
dex
said the
cleric.
hill.
I was going to say, and you have a dex cleric, so we just like to mess with you, Eric.
Yeah, it's been exciting for sure. Yes, you have a hill that's about equal to your height. It's pretty tall, about 40 feet tall. And then another tower that is fully intact all the way to the southeast. But otherwise, you guys have the run of the mill. You tell me how you want to set up stations, but according to the Spear Maidens, they expect to be attacked tonight, probably.
So I'd say we either stay here and just hide, get everybody up here, or we plan to fight, at which point I'll need to hide in a bush.
Or we take the other tower and just have the melees in the first floor and range at top. And then we would have a way of...
What if they have fireball?
Yeah.
Well, you have some people that are undercover down below.
We're sitting on a candle.
Then, if we take the other tower that's fully intact, we can move up and down because Io and I can flex between melee and range.
We give you the you get Bahn this circlet of blasting.
He has like this small smile on his face. He's like, no, not at all. Possibly.
I couldn't.
It's much too bougie for me.
He's just like, I'll just try it on, perhaps, just to see if it fits.
Although it is my size.
It is
How do I
gold.
look?
It goes well with my robe.
Mhm.
Doing.
It's marvelously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would suggest we do the other tower though, so that we could go up. We could watch from a distance and go up and down easily from the other one. So
I agree. Give us flexibility.
All right, let's set up positions there.
and if
And
they
it's
come the
also
same
good-
way as them, they'll also be coming from the north. So,
Yep. So we can get some runs.
however, that means that they would quickly get access to the building before, like we would see them from way out if they're coming from the north. We would see them out further, and they wouldn't have any infrastructure. If we do in the lower tower, the southern tower, and they come up, then they could make their way to the walls
Well,
quicker.
they came around from the. They skipped the gatehouse and went below us, right?
Yeah.
So if we're at this other tower, we would actually be on that attack path or the trail.
Yeah, the one piece the Spear Maidens can share is that we know that the ones who attacked us revealed they were ghost knights, which they favor mounted combat, the open fields. So we can.
Ghost knights. Ghost knights.
So they can only go 2 squares and then over 1.
That's actually not wrong. Like Alaric is he's kind of pale anyways, but it's the first time you've probably seen him actually a bit afraid.
Mm.
You
Ghost
look like you've
knights.
seen a ghost.
Swelled in force recently and conscript foolish young men and women to their ranks. The great reward coming undead warlord.
Yeah, the other tower sounds really good. I think we need to move.
Did they say how many that you did think is after them?
They're not sure. They wouldn't know how much would come after them.
And the question is whether or not we should boogie and try to stay ahead of them. You know?
This is a sacred place. If they were to come here, we will defend it with our lives. We will not let the undead retake this site.
She says this with conviction, despite the entire site obviously being completely crumbling ruins. But she does look over at the white flowers growing on the mound.
Is there benefit to fighting on holy ground? Does that limit their capabilities?
They say they never fought on that ground before, so they're not quite sure.
There's like magical healing in the barracks. I don't think we should leave.
Yeah, I was just thinking, do we want to make hold on the hill or take the tower?
Magic is often matched by their evil. Battle. We saw tower, Olga. Have something to hope for. Well, we will defend this site with honor and integrity. I greatly appreciate, we are forever grateful that Sif has sent you to us.
All right, where do you want to go? How do you want to do this? Spear Maidens both.
Oh, we killed them already? Cool.
Want to be the Spear Maidens both want to be like at the front lines, but they're willing to listen to any of your tactics.
I think we're going to do the southern tower and be Rye would be at the top.
Southern Tower. Alaric will start at the top.
Bahn asked Io to take him down the tower. And I think he's gonna hide in a bush.
Yep, you guys can make it in the tower. Lucian, where would you like to be? And Io Spider, I guess.
I'll go in that tower. Southern tower.
Okay.
The problem is you go in the tower, you can't say anything because of the dynamic.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I would have to redo the dynamic lighting to change it. I should have done that before, but it was set up, I guess, before I had the ability to change that. So if you all, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop you right here. That will give you a better view.
Okay.
But you are in the tower, so.
Okay, that's fine. Leaning you over the edge.
I don't know that I want to leave Bahn down here by himself.
He'll have the two Sif warriors with him.
Yeah, that's what Bahn would have said. Like if you linger, he's like, you're blowing my cover.
I have a +7 to stealth, boy.
You're huge.
I say in Spider. All right. I guess I'll go in the tower with everybody. Or wherever everybody is to mimic being in the tower.
Up to you. Yeah, right now a lot of them went to that southern tower, so certainly hang out down there if you'd like. Okay.
Yeah. Is it that one?
I don't think if the sisters can prep any spells, but all their stuff is like a minute time, so. Actually, this one's 10 minutes, so if they get some, well, they'll probably just do it to themselves. That's fine. All right. So at this point, night has definitely fallen, and you all are being very attentive. Maybe not Bahn because you're sitting in the bushes, but the rest of you are clearly looking out for any danger. Although it is dark, so that's going to cut your visibility. But give me some perception checks.
Where did you put everybody that they could still see for the tower?
I will put you right.
Okay.
I'm going to put disadvantage on this check, though, even though you've got a height advantage. It is very, very dark.
What about my blind sight and dark vision as a spider?
That's true. Dark vision would negate disadvantage.
Alaric's got dark vision as well.
Okay.
Bahn's just listening.
Yeah. You all definitely hear and see the sound of hoofs and metal clanking and panting from a distance. You can see several mounted figures approaching on horseback. The leader is wearing imposing black plate armor from head to toe and carrying a large lance that is just wickedly black and spiked. And behind him are several not as fancily armored soldiers, but they all have red tabards with white skull symbols. And Alaric, you would definitely feel a chill as you see this. Some of you may recognize the symbol of the Ghost Knights. And all of these figures, of which you can tell there are, aside from the leader, there are 5, all mounted on horseback, so 6 total. In front of them is a large wolf-like creature, but from a distance you can tell it is clearly undead. It is almost just has patches of bone and muscle showing through, and it is very much in tracking mode as they are following it. It's like sniffing the ground, and none of them are making a peep, and none of them are carrying torches either. It's all dark.
Can I do one of those, like, I don't know, is it Arcana or what, to find out what their strengths, weaknesses, relative strength to our party?
Let's see.
Or is it religion? I don't know what it would be.
Yeah. You can do religion or arcana, as well as a history or nature check, because there's different kinds of creatures here.
It doesn't matter what any of these are. All the same skill. And it's a good thing I've seen them before.
Yeah, 18 is pretty good. Yeah, you definitely recognize a full-blooded member of the Ghost Knights, which means it would be a imposing undead figure, nastily strong, especially brutal on the mount, which you would know is with a full Ghost Knight is equally undead, and just an absolute pro with that lance, and that lance does terrible damage, and obviously it's a mounted combatant that's made to just run people down, and certainly wouldn't flinch in combat.
Would I know if any of these are resistant or immune to necrotic damage?
Looks like that would take a 20+ roll for any resistances and weaknesses specifically.
Okay.
And then the creature looks like just some variant of wolf, but it is not a normal sized wolf. It is a large wolf, but it is undead. You would know also that the others are not full-blooded ghost knights. They would be probably conscripts, which are not nearly as powerful, and also not actually undead. They would just be human soldiers serving in the ranks with the hopes of eventually, when you reach a high enough rank, to be turned into a powerful undead soldier.
I will whisper that to the rest of the party as the leader is undead, the others are not. And don't get hit with a pointy stick. It hurts a lot. So
as they get within about 50 feet or so, as they're approaching, you see the dog definitely starts to sniff and give off a growl, as it clearly indicates its head inside the castle. And you see the large black-plated figure kind of raise its hand, and everybody stops and calls out, "Warriors of an irrelevant goddess, I am Captain Mazar. On behalf of Princess Christina, Grand Marshal of the Ghost Knights, you have been charged with treason, the Greater Duchy of Morgau. Surrender now and avoid needless bloodshed. Return with us to Yarosburg to await your fate with your comrades, or die here like cowards." And he kind of tilts his head a few paces at the sides of this place and says, "Anyone harboring these enemies of the state will likewise be charged with treason and put to death."
are two of the human knights next to each other?
A lot of them are bunched up, yes.
I'm more than willing to start this party.
You tell me. You guys have the drop.
They're outside the wall. They're mounted. They can't get to us. They're going to have to ride around. So we have free fire on them a couple rounds before they get here. So they're well within chill touch range.
And my call lightning has I have a range of 120 feet. Not sure exactly where they are. I obviously would have to drop wild shape if they're...
Yeah. All right. It looks like Alaric's getting this party started. Do any of you want to react really quickly to this surprise round that you will get? I typically do a pretty...
Would that include a rifle shot?
Yeah, whatever action you want to do. I'm pretty loosey-goosey when it
Yeah.
comes to the surprise round, so I'm kind of letting you guys all get your ambushes off first, assuming you've got... you can kind of time it correctly.
Yeah, I'm concentrating on the living ones. I'm not going to be any useful against the big guy.
So were you targeting one of the living guys?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit his entourage.
Okay.
Because I can't hurt him at all.
A 17 will hit.
For 10.
For 10 necrotic damage. Alaric,
Yep.
you drop one of those guards. A young, weaker one. Just absolutely, this skeletal hand just comes up and like just crushes his throat. Just yeah. Do any of you want to do something, or else we can start initiative? I will give you a chance to do an action. Probably only those crew in the tower. I don't know if the rest of you would be able to time this.
I drop.
Good.
I drop my spider, and I would do my call lightning.
Okay.
And target the big dude, the BBEG guy.
Yeah. Rye, where you want to target? So you've got multiple conscripts. You've got the undead hound, and you've got the big ghost knight guy.
Big ghost knight guy.
All right. For 25 for 11 is pretty solid. Okay. That is a nice hit, very satisfying, where you shoot it and it actually does puncture and it kind of jerks back a little bit. And then Io conjures a lightning storm, which is a 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius. So it just conjures a huge... That 60-foot radius, by the way, is hilariously large. Holy crap. When you see the cloud, a bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dex saving throw. Okay. If you want to do it right in the middle of them, that would hit everybody here. Well, it hit 3 of them.
Yes, please.
Okay. So that is a dex save.
And the horse you rode in on.
Yeah. See these things. Okay. All right. So dex saves for you, my friend. I think if I do this way, it hides it too. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Care about that one guy's horse anymore. Group save, and it's a DC 60. You all have really good DCs. My goodness.
Yep.
Can you go ahead and roll the damage for me?
I did 25 lightning damage.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. Yeah. Wow, that's really good damage.
8, 8, and 9.
Yeah. That's a half save.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, that's really good. Like allows to take half damage, will take save that takes no damage, succeeds in a saving throw, and half damage if it fails. So actually, you notice for some reason the Ghost Knight is able to actually save his own mount from a lot of the damage due to his superior skills. But everybody still takes a big amount of damage. That lightning bolt kills multiple horses, and another one of the guards goes down with a cry out. And I think we're going to go ahead and start some initiative here. It's going to be a little awkward because I don't have enough space to actually put these guys at the distance they're at. So it may have to be
Theater of the mind for a round or
slightly
two.
abstracted. Yeah, I can put the tokens on there. And hopefully fight doesn't go too long because we're approaching our stopping point, but this would be great if we can get this fight in. Assume you all feel the same. Alright. Yeah, with the call lightning, obviously, now you know. Get the party started. Spear Maidens.
Bringing up the rear.
Right. Guess that's time to go. Or wait, I don't do... That's right. I'll do the horses with their move. Okay. Everybody in there, so I'm going to put them out of the GM layer so you all can actually target them appropriately, but just note that they're like, what did I say, 50 feet away? Can't even quite fit them all on the map yet. There we go.
They're outside the walls, right?
Yeah, so I can't.
Yep,
Yeah, they're like
okay,
50 feet away.
gotcha.
I can't. We're just kind of in abstracted mode right now, but I put the tokens on there to
Gotcha.
help.
Okay.
Oops, for some reason that one didn't make it on there. All right, Bahn, after all of that, you are the first one to respond.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide in the bush. That's what I'm still gonna do.
Yeah, no.
I hear stuff happening, but I'm not gonna do anything until I start actually seeing people inside here.
Okay, you can hold an action if you'd like to when they approach.
Yeah, no, because if I hold the action and then show myself and they're in a bad spot, I'm waiting.
True stealth game. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The conscript can use the mounts movement, which a horse has a riding speed of 60. So it can run in here. And clearly the captain begins shouting orders and yelling, pointing at the tower up there where all these pyrotechnics and attacks have been launched out of, and then gestures inside. They have allies of sorts. Hit them. And this one.
Technically,
will...
the storm rose overhead. They
Yeah.
didn't necessarily see where the storm came from.
Sure, that's fair, but there were shots that rang out. At least Rye did fire a gun from up there, which is pretty loud. So we will have this one ride, and it can do 60 feet. So now it probably does appear legitimately, up to the walls. And he will take his crossbow, and assuming you're all basically just leaning out, I'm kind of use token fate to just determine who it can see, but I will give all of you partial cover, which I think is a +2 to AC. Tries to fire its crossbow up there, and terribly, my opening volley is in fact a nat 1. So it kind of squeaks an alarm. All right, Alaric.
That one guard's dismounted because his mount has been electrocuted by a lightning bolt.
Yes. Sure did. Going after him. 21. Boy, you are on this shit. And that one gets... Yeah. One of the Spear Maidens screams, if you can hear over the crackle of the lightning, and says, "It might be good to leave one alive for questioning purposes." As you all have very quickly fried 3 of them.
Yells over the wall, "I don't do subdual damage."
Humans will be easier to question. Lucian. Subdual damage.
So me being up in the tower, is that adding any distance or to my...
Technically, but it gets a little tricky with
I mean,
roll 20. But you are 40 feet up.
So
only 40. Okay.
it probably doesn't add too much.
Well, I'd like to
Maybe C
cast
squared,
here,
okay.
so you tell me if I can.
I think that would be fine.
to
Just using
Okay.
the angle, so
um,
simplicity's sake.
I would like to cast web.
Who needs a
on
spider?
that spot.
Spider duties have been delegated to Lucian.
Yeah. Our web spell. That old classic. 20-foot cube.
Yep.
It's like that. I take it you want to try to grab both these guys' mounts in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And lay prone if I can.
Okay. You feel like you could, if you wanted to use your movement to really back up to the back of the tower, they probably wouldn't be able to target you
Oh,
very
sure.
effectively.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah, because that's the
instead, sure.
advantage to being that
Yeah.
height advantage. You can just kind of pop in and out.
Yep. That's what I'll do.
All right. So that means, so creature starts its turn in the webs. Must make a dex saving throw. So this thing has to make a dex save. Sorry, I've got way too many stat blocks.
We're trying to remove them for you.
Yeah, it's a good idea for sure. Ooh, the warhorse skeleton somehow does a nat 20 on the web and breaks free. The boss just charges with that mount, and is able to. Oh, you know what? I forgot this was abstracted. This guy's not really here. He's 50 feet away. So did you? You wouldn't be able to catch this guy and the other guy. I did forget about that. There's a weird abstraction thing going on. Everybody is still 50 feet away except for this guy who just ran up here to shoot at you all. So you could either cast the web on the boss or cast it on this guy. Actually, I don't even know if you probably wouldn't have the distance to do web then if you want to cast it.
It's
on
a
the boss.
60 foot. That's what.
60 feet. Okay,
That's why I was asking.
gotcha. So it would be just further back,
You tell me.
basically. Because again, the boss is actually 50 feet away. I know this is why it's a nightmare to try to do this, but
They're not actually that clumped together, is what
Correct.
you're saying.
correct. That one is not, because this one has since moved up, whereas the rest of them were all clumped. Which is why a lot of them are dead already, because you did catch them clumped with the main lightning. Not good. There's one more guard who's back there. If you wanted to, you could cast it at the boss and this one back here. I would allow that. He's basically still kind of in the area. So we'll go ahead and say you did. You cast
Okay.
the boss did break free.
Okay.
And so he is able to charge, which definitely will. And that, despite it being a skeletal horse, still moves 60 feet up. Unfortunately, that only gets him basically to the entrance at this point. Rides right past you. Bahn, give me a stealth check.
Here it comes. I click the button. It's waiting.
On a stealth.
Yeah.
He's so stealthy you can't see his roll.
Yeah. I'll do it again real quick just in case, but I think maybe I'm hung. Stealth normal. Like it keeps activating my chat bar for some reason. I'll refresh real quick.
You just roll it manually.
I'm stuck in refresh mode now.
Oh no.
21 for stealth.
Okay.
And then the other one was a 19.
Those
But
are
yeah,
both
21
great
the
stealth
first roll.
checks.
Yeah.
Definitely still hiding the bush. The mount can use its dash action to just connect the rest of the way, and the Spear Maidens are actually holding the ground here in the middle, and seeing his quarry, he just runs up, or his horse runs up the entire rest of the way, and that is terrifying to watch this thing go 120 feet, just, and he's got this lance set, and both Spear Maidens are there, and he just attempts to run them down. Switch to Ghost Knight friend. We can show off this guy. Oh shit, he has to hit it with a melee attack first. Let's get that lance. That'll hit.
Ouch.
Okay, it's one of them for 17 damage plus another 8. Because he did charge. And then skewers again. It's a miss. Tries to skewer again, and that's a hit. Jesus. For 21? Yeah, you guys see this lance just, and it gives off this horrible, like, black ichor, streaming with necrotic energy. And one of the sisters, like, was fully healed and now looks, again, like she was, like, coming in from the battle. Like, just horrible wounds dripping over her.
Well, I think we safely say that they followed us, sister.
Alright, Rye. I realize your visibility is kind of fucked because of the dynamic lighting, but you do have visibility of the Ghost Knight now. Would be about 80 feet away from you.
Okay. I want to hit it with Firebolt.
Elevation is just a really hard thing to do, and a 15 is not going to hit that black plate armor.
Alright, and then I use 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell and do it again.
21 will hit for apparently the same good damage. 14 fire damage. And satisfaction of that flame, like, engulfing. And he kind of grimaces a bit and says, "Sure. Fiery friends will not save you."
And then that's my turn.
Alright, Io, you've still got Call Lightning up. And 120 feet, obviously, or whatever it is, 60, I forget. Huge ass area.
I want to make sure I can move it. And I want to hit the guy in charge, the captain, and his horse.
Okay. Can you move the cloud?
Well, the cloud's a 60 foot, and then she has a
Right,
120
but I
foot
can
range from
focus
that.
the lightning.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's another save. And then...
Yeah, and this is the same spell. You're just basically using your action to keep striking with it.
Yep. And then...
Right. I guess, yeah, go ahead and roll it again so I can see all the stuff.
Let me just hit spell description. It's a DC 16 dex save, and it takes 3d10 lightning damage, or half. I rolled kind of shitty that time.
Yeah, not quite as good. The boss fails. Skeletal makes it, but oh shit, I forgot he has advantage. Jesus. The Ghost Knight's mount is subject to an effect that allows it to take half damage successful dex save. The mount instead takes no damage if it succeeds. So it succeeded, so it doesn't actually take any damage. But he definitely took some damage. You struck him up, and he's looking pretty bloodied now.
Okay. I am retreating. Retreat. Hide.
Yeah. First,
Which I don't know where.
Didn't bring any aerial support.
Are we
Yeah.
supposed to just come around the back here? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's fine. It's
Okay.
getting kind of difficult to keep you guys, because if I stick you in the tower, I don't think you'd be able to see a damn thing.
Right.
All right, the sisters are not doing so good up here. She is. They kind of know their role now. They're gonna sit here and kind of tank, I guess, while you guys are hitting from afar. And so that one will just cast. Oops, cure. That's not the ghost knight. She'll cast Cure Wounds, which she can do at a 3rd level, and heal herself for 20 hit points.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is her.
If she's a paladin, would she have just lay on hands and use that without using a spell
No,
slot?
she doesn't have lay on hands.
Okay.
They have another ability, which you'll see in a second, but doesn't quite have that. So she's able to cure her wounds, and she just sits there, like, kind of with her spear in a defensive position. Says, "Just have to keep your attention. They will take care of you." This one has to make a save, or I guess the horse has to make a save against the web. I only have a horse up? I do not. Remind me what your DC is?
16.
Doesn't matter. The riding horse rolled a 1. So they ain't going nowhere. The range on the crossbow is... Oh, shoot, it's not written down here. This says range 5 feet. That's not put in correctly. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. It's a light crossbow.
It's a light crossbow?
Yeah.
I have one. Let's see if I can post it.
8320.
Okay. So if it's more than 80, they have disadvantage.
Yes.
But I think we determined it was not quite 80. However, some of you are just not even targetable. I think that was who ended up going back. IO.
Lucian.
Okay. They'll attempt to either attack. It's Alaric or Rye. Rye, this one will attempt to hit you with a crossbow, but you have partial cover, so you have +2 AC.
That does not. So I'm 16 with mage armor +2 is 18.
There you go. Boom. I believe that one is dead. The hound ends up charging forward as well. I'll use your stealth check for the whole round, Bahn, so this one will also not see you. And it is got a 50-foot natural, but that only gets it to here, so it would have to dash the rest of the way. Actually make it up to the other Spear Maidens, so they are having to handle big ones. And then the other Spear Maiden, now you'll see their other ability. She will use... Put it in correctly. She will shout out a prayer to Sif, and an ally within 30 feet engaged in melee combat regains 11 hit points. And that is her action. So she once again just takes up a defensive position, says, "Hold on, sister. We are not as many, but we are still a force to be reckoned with. Mazer. Forgot we have a hidden ace in the hole who will pop out any second."
And anybody who's looking
any
over
second.
barely sees these furry eyebrows pop up out of a bush as
Eyebrows first.
he recites an incantation that I believe it's been a while since I've actually used this spell.
Oh,
It doesn't get psychic blades. I'm sorry. I need to uncheck that global damage modifier.
Eat metal.
Okay, so the spell description says I can choose a manufactured metal object, which I'm assuming that the captain's wearing,
Dude wearing
metal armor.
Yeah, full head to toe badass armor. Yeah, that can be heated.
He's within range, which is 60 feet, and I cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with that object takes the 2d8 fire damage when I cast the spell. Until the spell ends, I can use a bonus action on each of my subsequent turns to cause the damage again. If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. If it doesn't drop the object, which it can't, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Perfect thing against like armored enemies. Yeah, that's
And
good.
the horse is in contact
And the
with
horse
the
is
armor.
in contact, correct. That's pretty good.
Rye approves this message.
Getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes.
And then he just ducks back down into the bush.
All right, so I need some damage from you. It says when you cast the spell, or is that
It
the
did.
11?
It's an
Okay.
11 for the fire.
I always miss that when you guys have the description after. And both of them take that 11, I guess.
I'm not sure how that's done, but I would
Contacts,
assume
yeah.
so. If you want me to roll a different 2d8 with it, I don't mind to do that too.
I think we'll just stick with 11 for that instance of it. And they don't actually get a save. It's just...
Yeah, they get the save on the next turn, I think.
You have to save if they can... Oh, if they had to
No,
drop
probably-
it. But if they can't drop it, they just... Yeah, take the damage and have disadvantage. Wow. All right, yeah, you see both of them take that fire damage. That skeletal horse especially doesn't look like it can handle that very well.
Is that the lance as well?
But it's interesting. In
It would.
Solasta, it makes everything glow,
Mm-hmm.
but Solasta's not 5e. 5e does specifically say that I have to pick a object,
Okay.
like an object. So it's his armor.
The armor, yeah. I'll drop that. Yeah, he cries out to take care of you, basically, and that causes this other one to switch gears and ride up into this area.
Oh no, I didn't see you.
And approaches on mount and attempts to stab you with a sword.
Sure.
Oh, I don't think 11's gonna
doesn't
work,
hit.
though. Yeah. All right, Alaric.
All right. Just moving so I can try to see a little bit better. There we go.
You've got, and I realize you can't. You know what? I'm gonna delete this tower dynamic lighting because that's probably what's fucking you good. There you go.
All right. And how far is it? How far is it to the doggo from me?
I'm just gonna also move this. There you go. All right. Oh, thankfully that was in different pieces. So
75 feet.
75 feet. Okay. So 5, 10, 15. Okay, Eric, I'm gonna need some bugs.
The bugs.
The grave hungers. And I'm going to put them around Bahn to protect him from losing concentration. And so
Yeah.
here, yeah, there and there. So they will, then I'll need to roll initiative for them.
Two of them, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then the other one, I just put it, someone there and there. And one moment, I'm now in Eric's land of how many character sheets do I need?
Welcome to my world.
All right. And
Swarms of scarab beetles attack your foes. As you can see within range. Initiative. Swarms have their own turns. They obey verbal and commands for you. All right. The beetle swarms come up. Scarab beetles.
carrion beetles, yep.
Yep. The insects cometh.
And protect Bahn. And so that's action. Bonus action, give inspiration to Lucian for Krakovar.
Krakovar.
All right,
And I'll start heading down the stairs.
Yeah, the Ghost Knights are basically the organized military arm of Morgau.
Did you say I can hit this guy from my vantage point? Or at least the horse?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, the horse is in the web, right? He's the one stuck.
He's the one, yeah, the horse is the one stuck, yeah.
So yeah, I'll hit the horse. With a mind sliver. It's an intelligence saving throw.
How intelligent are you, horse?
Intelligence saving. There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
I was prepared with some funny, intelligent horse
Mr.
jokes.
Ed
but-
jokes.
Yeah, Mr. Ed joke. Yeah.
So that's a 2d6. Yeah.
Wow.
12 points.
That horse's
Finally.
brain explodes.
Oh my god, he did that. Okay.
Lucian was not horsing around.
Does the rider get stuck in the web now? Does he fall?
What is the rule for that? I believe he has to use its reaction. You can use reaction to dismount as it falls and lands on your feet. Otherwise, you are dismounted and fall prone in a space within 5 feet of it. As you just use your reaction to. That's if it's knocked prone, but I'm kind of using the same rules if it's slain, I guess. So it can use its reaction to fall down, but it will then fall in the web. So on its turn, it would have to deal with the webs.
Okay, and I'll use my 30 feet to begin my descent down the stairs. So that leaves me another 10 feet to go.
Confident now.
I'm just and that's my go.
All right. Does heat metal happen on his turn or
My
your
turn.
Okay.
My turn.
He will. He really doesn't like being on fucking Fireball. So he's pretty pissed. So he is gonna have his mount take the disengage action. Have you know I reviewed all the mounted combat rules because it's been a while.
I wouldn't have any clue.
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride here.
As you direct it, you can take 3 actions: dash, disengage, and dodge. So essentially, the mount using its action to take the disengage, and it's using its movement, which is stellar, to just charge the fuck out of Bahn.
Okay.
Which I think's got like a 50-foot movement. Puny worm trodden beneath my feet, or my horse's hooves. You get the idea.
His attack's at least at disadvantage.
Would be, but then I forgot it has this fun ability, which is when mounted, the Ghost Knight has advantage on attacks against unmounted creatures smaller than its mount.
So we break even.
Yep. So I should have had advantage on the Spear Maiden earlier. It does break even. And it will attempt to stab at you with the lance.
Yeah, it's probably gonna hit.
It's pretty bad. 25. Oh man, I was so close to
hits.
hitting Bahn. So close.
Yeah. That hit.
For 20.
20. Cool. So I
damage.
have 3 points.
All right. I won't make you roll the con save. We'll just see if you survive. Although it's going to be able to do this too. The mountain moves in a 30 feet in a straight line. You know, and it didn't quite move in a straight line though, did it? I think it had
you, I guess.
No, yeah, I don't think it did. It had to go to an angle, and unfortunately, you're in a little bushy spot where it couldn't quite do a straight line charge. But we're gonna discount that. But it has 2 more attacks, so we'll see what we do. Ooh, that is gonna be a total miss as it tries to get at you, and it's very annoyed by its.
That one hits.
That one is gonna hit. Bahn.
Okay, wait. How much is that one? That's 26?
That's 25.
25.
25? How do the rules go? Like, if I go into the negative, I have to take double my max or my max?
Let's see. I think that's.
It's your max under. So how many hit points do you have
This
normally?
might actually be.
I have 25
rules
hit
for
points.
this.
How many?
25.
So you didn't go under.
Yeah.
So you're good. You're close.
So I have 3 regular hit points. I go to 0.
And then 22 more points of damage. So
Yeah.
you weren't quite insta-dead. You were 3 points from insta-dead.
It does say, so I have in my rules, this has been in there for a while, but it just almost never comes up. Under house rules, which I don't, so you're saying this is not the case quite yet. If a PC hits their negative maximum, you don't automatically die. Instead, you gain 1 failed death save and must roll immediately for a lingering injury with no con saving throw.
Yeah. No, I just go unconscious.
Okay. So you are run down, which means the heat metal does turn off.
It does. Yes.
And both Spear Maidens cry out like,
Little one,
I,
so brave
I love
and
the
so
idea
weak.
that
what a terrible combination. Rye.
He didn't get to use this thing. Let's see. So I do have Frenzied Bolt, and I'm going to use it on. I do have 1 level 2 spell slot.
Sure.
So I'm going to cast Frenzied Bolt.
Yeah, 23 will hit for sure.
It was odd, so it's 15. So it does thing. And also, while we were waiting, I added the
good
damage
man.
to the description.
This does matter depending on what damage you do.
Radiant.
Radiant is good.
F-O.
So that's 14. Ooh, yeah, Radiant Blast just, and he's looking really weakened now. You guys have laid into him pretty effectively.
So that was odd. So it bounces within range, which is 120 feet. So I'm going to go to the Hound.
Wow. Jeez,
22.
This has been a friggin' dynamite spell for you this session. 22,
And
we'll hit for 19.
1, which is Acid.
Acid is fine. Or, yeah, 19. Wow, that is a shit ton of damage with that. Well,
The 14 was even, so it dies it stops at him. Or her, I don't know what the Hound is.
hard to say. All right.
And I'm staying up here. I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
I can't do steps with my leg. I mean, come on.
Someone has to carry right back down. Io, you still got that friggin' lightning bolt. What a pain in the ass to just put the
Hell
druid
yeah.
on a high tower and just fucking zap people with lightning. You're just like a god up there. You're playing an RTS right
druid
now.
things.
You're like the overhead view and just zzz, zzz.
Yep, I'm just gonna kind of move my hand and gesture toward the captain and have the lightning come down on him and his mount.
Also a way different role for you.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's neat.
Like mercilessly striking everything with lightning. Has its
Neato.
charms. Yeah, I'm sure Bahn's unconscious body appreciates the crack of lightning happening right next to him.
Does that
It's just
restart his heart?
I was going to say it's an AED. It's a long distance AED.
God damn.
Oh,
my
yes.
goodness.
Oh,
Yes. Clear.
come on, roll low.
Yeah. What
DC
is
16.
DC 16. This is Dex. And this is an AoE technically, right? It hits in a 5 foot. I mean, you can angle it where it obviously won't hit
Right.
because there's bugs around. So I don't know if you want to get near the other guy. All right, Ghost Knight. This is a Dex save, right?
Dex save, yes.
17.
Yeah, that succeeds.
It's a half
But
damage.
it still
though?
takes half.
Okay.
Yep.
The mount.
Would I have been able to position it to get both of them?
I mean, he's riding on the horse. I don't think there's any way that lightning strikes without hitting his
No,
mount,
but
at
I
least.
mean like this guy and
You could,
this
but you'd
guy.
end up hitting a bunch of bugs in the process.
You'd hit one of my scarab swarms, which you can
Yeah, you
do.
would have hit.
They're
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, it's you're the one directing it, so.
okay, yeah.
You could also
I
hit
would put
Bahn.
it so I could. Don't tempt me.
That does destroy, even though it fails to save, so it would take half damage, but even half damage with the mount's ability to reduce the damage, that still destroys his mount, which greatly reduces the power of this guy, as you saw. His various powers, so he has to use his reaction to just fall down.
Swarm of beetles gets a 15 on their dex save.
Wow.
And is that a failure? Or wait, no, they succeed.
Yes. No,
Wow, the
it's a DC
conscripts.
16.
Yeah, so that swarm is gone.
Wow.
Gone.
So even though he succeeds, half damage is still 12 damage.
Yep.
That dude explodes. Like, that's so much damage. Holy shit. Just for this, man, welcome to 5th level, you guys. Holy crap.
Wow.
The horse succeeds, and the horse had more hit points than he did. So the horse looks pretty fucked up, but it's still alive. The rider, though, slumps down. Yeah, there's only
Honestly, if I had a horse, it would have more hit points than me. In real life, so.
that's probably a good point. Horse is probably way tougher. Yeah, things are big and meaty. Scary, honestly. They're huge.
So did my 14 or my 4 scarab get incinerated? That's the question.
Not sure.
And they didn't show up.
Looks like 14. They highlight if you hover over them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There is only the boss is still up, but he looks very weakened. The hound is over there, and then there's one dude trapped in the webs in the distance. The sisters will rally now, feeling emboldened, and they will attack the hound. Switch over a hot second. With the spears, not have advantage. Cut off. That is a miss. That is a hit. 8 piercing damage. Stabs at that vicious dead wolf. That the one in the web? I assume it's the one in the web. That dude is just flailing in the webs, and I guess we'll take an action to try to get out. At this point, he's looking around at the battlefield saying, "This is... I didn't sign up for this." And it looks like he's just trying to escape. Which I think he has to make...
He's faking inside the webs, like, "Oh, guys, I'm stuck."
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, well,
Sorry, boss. I'd be over there, but
does a 17 get out?
17 does. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he peels out of there, and then he kind of, does a little look around, and he kind of retreats a bit. So he uses his movement to kind of pull back, and just enough to kind of see, like, he doesn't like turn tail and use his action to dash or anything, but he kind of retreats a bit and basically just sees, because he can't quite tell if his boss is in there and still alive or not. But he looks like he is not wanting to engage. The wolf will do its one bite attack, and it does so terribly. Other Spear Maiden will also attack that wolf.
Beetles as well.
Or that is gonna be a terrible miss. Bahn, I get a death save from you, sir.
The beetles didn't get to go.
The beetles go to initiative 4, it looks like. Oh,
Right.
you're right. Why didn't they go at 4? Sorry. I guess I didn't reorder them. My bad. Go ahead with them.
So they're going to move up and climb on top of this guy and try to put him down.
It would be so anticlimactic.
No, he's already dead, so it's only appropriate.
Ah.
Nope,
Not quite though. Yeah.
but they're now crawling all over inside of him. So
Bahn has accrued a failed death save. Alarms are ringing. Is dead. Go to Alaric.
going to finish going down the stairs and come out. See, Bahn is down. Things have happened since I was last outside.
Mm-hmm.
And Bahn can never say. And Bahn can never say.
Oh. Did
Oh.
Lucian cast Blur again?
Yes, I lost everything.
Oh no, that's worse than Blur. Cast Invisibility.
Is he back?
I'm blind. I can hear you guys, but I'm blind.
He's flying blind.
I think we might have lost your audio, Stan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I cast Healing Word at 3rd level.
All right, to bring Bahn back up.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, I'm not trying to be that guy, but can he see me in the bush?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't hide effectively, so I'm sure a
Okay.
part of you is sticking out, and they all are aware of where you are. You have been skewered
I'm
quite
just trying to
thoroughly.
make sure that I'm being fair because I'll call stuff out like
You
that.
have been the
for-
center of attention for quite a while.
And
Oh, oh, so much pain.
There we go.
and that's my bonus action. Action. I can actually dash, so start moving up.
Yeah. All right, Lucian. Good timing.
Krakova, rapier out. Krakova remembers.
I blacked out there for a minute. the altitude changed, the blood loss in my head.
I went down those stairs too quick, guys.
So big guy is still alive, correct?
Yes,
Oh,
although
main
not
guy?
looking
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
Got a
Yeah.
Okay,
swarm.
so
It's
the remaining 10 feet, and I think 30 feet will get me there. Whoops, when I did my math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, he's within range. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Ooh.
65 wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Save.
Nice.
That's a good save for him. Yeah.
He takes 14 psychic damage.
Boy. And has to immediately use its reaction to move as far as the speed allows away from you. So, Bahn and I guess the Beetle Swarm get a chance to get an attack of opportunity as this thing suddenly, you can't even see his face, but you just see his body language change and just turn and run down its plate armor.
If I'm prone, do I have disadvantage on the attack
I believe that is the case.
for a melee attack? I really don't remember.
I think that,
Yeah.
that is the case.
Prone.
Does
Prone is
the swarm count as an ally that would give me pack tactic?
I think it
that
would. Yes, I think it would.
So I'll just roll normal.
I was okay. Never mind.
Go ahead. What?
I had something to undo disadvantage, but you already have
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. And then I will pump in that. So 12 points.
See the knight be affected by the whispers, and despite his hardened training, turns and begins to move back, And then Bahn, you reach out with your rapier and stab him, somehow thrusting up into a opening chunk of his plate armor, and just this doesn't make a sound. It suddenly gives a sigh as it tries to take another step and just crashes to the ground and falls dead.
Justice.
Great timing, because its turn was next.
I am the ghost hunter.
Yeah. Currently, all that remains, you still have the undead wolf, which looks pretty wounded, and this one dude who looks like he's ready to leave this whole fucking battlefield behind. As we go to
Goes back
Rye,
on,
I
right?
believe, yeah.
Alright, so I am going to slide this way and shoot him non-lethally with my musket.
Can you do that?
I guess
It's like
we'll
in the
see.
Western, just
A
go for
leg
the
shot.
temple shot.
Yeah, leg shot or a calf shot.
I mean, I
Target
don't have to
shot.
go for the head every time. 16.
16 does hit.
And it's not magical, so I think I can choose, right?
Normally, I'm not sure you can actually literally do a non-lethal shot with a range attack, but I will
Yeah,
let
that's
you.
what I was
Oh,
thinking
it's
too.
with okay.
You know what? I'll give you disadvantage to do a targeted shot. Normally, this is not technically something. This is not Fallout we're playing, but you'll impose disadvantage to try and basically do specifically target a leg shot or something, which has proven challenging for you.
I think I popped him.
So you basically fire a warning shot at him, and he kind of flinches for a second. Looks up at the tower. When you do that, he throws his crossbow down and puts his hands up.
I do the with my musket.
Io will give you a chance to shock that wolf.
Yeah, so first of all, what I would like to do is come down the rest of the way, because I did 30 last round, and you said it's 40 feet down?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go the rest of the 10, and I'm going to get out. I will be able to still see the wolf if I come out here by Lucian, right? So 10...
If you come down, it's
Okay.
technically this should be a wall that's blocking your side. I took it down because you guys were on the tower. But I think if you can just see around the corner, maybe.
So if I go on this side of him?
There you go.
Okay. And I will send Call Lightning at the wolf as my action.
Yeah.
So that's a DC 16. Okay.
The wolf
so-
does make, but it's half damage, I think.
Yep. So it's only 5 points of damage. But, so that was 10, 15, 20, 25. So technically I could have been there. And then, so then with my bonus action, I'm going to transform down into my wolf form. And can't quite get to him, but I can get almost to him.
Wow, that's cool.
And then race up. Yeah, because I can't do. Could I summon direct the Call Lightning when I'm in wild shape form?
I think you.
Yeah,
as
it's
long
a
as
concentration spell.
you still concentrate. Yeah,
Yeah, it uses your action.
it does.
That's a
Okay.
fun druid strategy: is to cast Call Lightning, wild shape, and then get the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I can't move
Okay.
again.
You could have only moved another 10 feet.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you can.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can't
My
just
bad.
add
That
movement.
much
Oh,
movement.
I'm just trying to cheat the system, everybody. I'm sorry. All right, so there's my extra 10.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm a wolf, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, we'll see if the Spear Maidens
Chinese menu in your hand.
Those are bad. Instead, the Hound will get a chance to go, but you know what? Honestly, we're just gonna montage the Sisters and the Hounds because it's just gonna be a bunch of them fighting. So eventually, they kill the Hounds. Like, it's whatever. It's fine. I was like,
Eventually,
I rolled an 8 and a
you
6.
know.
It takes another 2 days, but they eventually put the Hounds down. And the area is clear.
Alaric would have jumped on this horse and went over to apprehend the
Yeah,
the one survivor.
well, that's surrendering for sure. Yeah, you guys can take custody of him.
And you see Alaric go back into what you would have thought he would have been 10 years ago, of jumping on. He's on a horse. He's got spear out in hussar mode.
Nice.
It's like, yield to the forces of Krakovar. Kneel.
Yeah, he's shitting bricks right now. I wasn't even. He rips off his like tabard, like fuck those guys. Like, it just took me from a backwater village. I don't know. Bahn, I do need a lingering injury save from you before we call it for the evening. See, 15 con saving throw. Not our Mr. -1. Please roll on that lingering injury table.
Oh, my three-legged partner.
You have an internal injury. Disadvantage on con saving throws and checks. Disadvantage with a -1 is gonna be pretty fucking gnarly.
Ow, my liver.
This used to be the Alaric effect when we started.
But with that, the coast is apparently clear for the moment. The Spear Maidens give up a cheer and congratulate you on your excellent tactics. Although they were almost left to fend for themselves for a moment, and then they really especially moved to lift you up, Bahn, and one of them, the big one, even gives you a big awkward hug, whether you want her to or not.
Yeah.
Your state, and thanks you for being such a brave and fearless ally.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you will be able to get some intel from your captive next time, but I think that is going to do it for this supersized episode of Empire of the Ghouls. Thank you to Brandon, Christopher, Corey, Dory, and Stan for playing, and thank you to everyone for watching. And a big thank you to patrons for helping make these sessions happen. Shout out to Platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Corey, Koa1337, Matthew, Big Nut, John, Chris, Scott, Gene, Eric, Socks, Dan, Tyler, Nathan, and Camp Crystal Lake Counselor. And gold patrons: RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Drome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Carolina, William. Can you tell I'm gassed completely? Thank you all very much for your support, and we'll see you for another session of Empire of the Ghouls next time.
Thanks for the game, guys.
Yeah.
Bye,
Great
guys.
game.